All right. Well, without further ado, let us start our campaign of
All right.
Odin's Call. You are in Kattegat, or nearby. Um, your family is rather wealthy. You are the proud owners of some pretty fertile land. You have a farm that you run. You personally, though, as you had mentioned, are not a big fan of farming. You have other aspirations. You are a warrior. You want to have your name go down in history. And being a farmer, not really going to do that for you. You've always had an aspiration for death, somewhat of a fascination with it. And being that the case, you love to go out hunting, which is currently where you are. You are out in the woods. You've spent about a day and a half out there. You leave, you stay out there, you continue to hunt until you've gathered enough game to come back and feed your family for a while. So, yeah, that's where you then come in. You have now finished your hunting expedition. It was a pretty good expedition. You've got a deer slung over your back, a couple rabbits tied onto your belt, and you are now coming back home. And this is the sight that you see when you're coming back. This is your home. Would you like to describe your character? Who is Ingvar?
All right. So my character, I'm Ingvar. Stand about, I'd say 5'11", 6 foot, somewhere in that range. I got a big burly beard, long hair that goes down to past my shoulders. I usually have it tied up in like some kind of ponytail. I'm wearing some chainmail armor. Well, not right now, but normally I wear some chainmail armor. I have my nice blue linen shirt on underneath, and I have my axe and my sword always with me.
I'm assuming you probably had a bow with you if you're doing some hunting
Correct.
there. All right.
When I'm hunting, yes, I do have a bow.
Yeah. I was also talking about briefly how I was saying that your character does not want to be a farmer for, ever. You have aspirations to become famous, kind of like Ragnar. You're a born warrior. You also have like somewhat of a infatuation with death. That's why you love hunting. It's something familiar to you, whereas farming, not so much. Yes. So you come back home after a few days. You're kind of stinking, Also, as a hunting tactic, you probably rubbed manure on yourself so that the animals wouldn't smell you. So, yeah, you're
All
smelling.
in my crevices.
You're smelling real good. Also, all the ale that you were drinking out there. Typical Ingvar. But you come inside to the very familiar and very inviting home that you have spent many years of your childhood in. There's your front door. You come in. I need to remember that I need to drag you. Boom. There we go. Do you see this now?
Oh, hello.
Cool. So yes, so you come in and your little sister, who you're going to have to remind me the name of.
My little sister is Eldred.
Eldred is by the fire. She jumps up and runs over to you and gives you a big old hug and then instantly stumbles backwards because she's hit in the face by your very pungent smell. And she, "Hey, big brother, how did it go? Is it successful?"
Always successful, young Eldred. You know I never come back from an unsuccessful hunt.
Oh. And she goes and she's taking the rabbits that you have and doesn't obviously take the deer. It's far too big for her. So you set the deer down in the area where it's going to be prepped for meals and hides and different things like that. And sitting in this chair is your father, who I also forget the name of.
My father is
Uthgir. Yes, your father, Uthgir, who is beginning to show his age. He's starting to get a little bit older. His hair has whitened. He walks with a little bit of a hunch in his back. And you've noticed also in the years that have been passing, he's grown less of a warrior and has slowly started to settle for the farm. He's happy with it, though. He enjoys tending his land and watching his two children grow up, and he's grown to love the land essentially. And he welcomes you with somewhat of just a little smirk and a nod, and Ingvar, it is good to see you, my son. Come, warm yourself by the... Oh, God, first go shower. Oh, man. So he kind of like shrugs you away, and your mother, Freya, is upstairs, and you hear her also, I can smell you from up here. Go bathe. So...
Oh, well, it's my fault to lure the deer near if they can't smell me.
The deer might not grow near, but we want to go away. Please go bathe. So they kind of shoo you away. The bath isn't in your house. It's literally just the stream. So you are free to go bathe for a while, get all the stink off you, and you come back in. Everyone's still in their same positions. No one's really moved too much. And at this point, then, your father welcomes you over to the fire to warm yourself. And he, come, sit, Ingvar. I have things to discuss with you.
No, what is it, Father? What's the news you heard?
First off, I want you to mute your Discord, and I'm going to turn you on Roll20 because it's cutting out a little bit. You're still fine. It's just the Discord stutters a little bit.
All right, is that better, Father?
There we go. I don't know why Roll20 doesn't stutter, but the Discord was stuttering. Okay, that's fine though. Yes, much better now. I can understand you.
Sorry, I must have picked up on some of that English tongue.
Yes. But no, in all seriousness, come, sit with me, my son. So, the big raids are coming. There is about to be ships that are sent off to England. And I heard you are going. I'm very proud of you. Are you excited?
How could I not be excited? We are going to raid England.
Yes. You have the fire that is in your mother. And you see a sock go flying and hit him in the back of the head. That was thrown by your mother. He says, sadly, I will not be going with you. I grow old and weary, and I wish to tend my lands, and also your little sister needs a father. But you must go and make your name for yourself like your grandfather. Yes, honor it. I cannot wait to hear tales of you. You know, stories. Stories are the way that our reputation grows, and that we will be remembered through history.
And I can assure you, Father, my name will always be remembered throughout history for the great deeds that I'm going to accomplish over there.
That's my boy. Or at least stories of how much you reek.
Yeah, those spread far and wide here back home.
Yes. Well, it is why I wanted to talk to you. You have become a man. I've seen you grow up before my eyes. And it is now that I wish to give you something. And he kind of stiffly gets up and walks over to a crate that is sitting on the side of the fire. He opens it up. You can't quite tell what he's pulling out of it, but it's wrapped in rabbit fur and really fine pelts, actually. It's quite beautiful. But again, you can't really tell what the contents are. He comes and sits back down in the chair that you've seen him sit in so frequently on many days. He sits back down and, "It is time that you carry on the name Stigandar." And he passes you the bundle.
Alright, I'd like to open up the bundle to find out what's inside.
All right. You gingerly move the pelts out of the way, and it's, like I said, the pelts were very fine. They were probably very expensive when he purchased them. And inside is a beautiful axe. You instantly recognize this axe from your grandfather's tales. It was your grandfather's axe, which was then passed down to your father, and is now passed down to you. The Siol Riva. Exactly. That axe right there. It is...
Father! This is such a beautiful axe!
Oh, I know!
I was waiting for the day where this would finally get passed down to me and I could wield its power.
It is of quality that you've never seen before. For your stat sheet, just so you know the stats of it, it has the regular stats of an axe. However, it is a masterwork, so it is a +1. So you can annotate that on your stat sheet. It is a +1. It's a great axe, right? Correct? Or is it a battle axe?
No, it's just yeah.
Just a battle.
Throwing axe.
Throwing axe? Okay. But on the handle, you see runes that have been very skillfully carved into it and inlaid with, you can't tell, but some type of shiny substance, whether it be gold or silver. And at the head where the axe is, you see the signature of your grandfather, and then the signature of your father, and then there is a space below for your signature to continue the line of this heirloom that has been passed down from generation to generation. And he then pulls a hammer and a whatever the bit is that you use to inscribe. Chisel. He pulls out a hammer and chisel and he passes it to you. And he goes, "It is now your axe. Mark it as yours." So.
All right. I mean, of course, I'm going to start marking that away because I want my name engraved in it immediately.
Roll me. Let's see what kind of check this would be. So let's open up your stat sheet real quick. See if this turns out terrible or if it looks good.
Right. What's up? Sorry, I was loading up my stat sheet screen. So
no, you're good. You're good. I was just pulling up what kind of check it would be. Let's see. Is this showing all the skills? Yeah, it is. Do you have any proficiencies in anything? Like crafting proficiencies? I see you have a profession of something. I can't read what it is though. It's cut off.
Yeah. That would be woodworking.
Woodworking?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Give me that check. That would apply. I know this is metal, but it still is of a crafting type.
So my craft is woodworking, and my profession is boat building.
Okay.
Which one would you want?
Give me your woodworking, just because this is not quite boat building, but closer to. Is that a natural 20? 19. Good God. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 19, yeah.
Nice. So you very skillfully carve your name into it, and you can tell that your name is far prettier and like far more legible than your father's name and your grandfather's name. You did a way better job. You even added like a little bit of art around it and made it look very cool. Like you added a Celtic knot at the end of your the R.
I like to keep it very exquisite.
Yes. He goes, very skilled. I see you've gotten that from your mother. Well, it grows late and I am hungry. And he shouts out for your mother, Freya, is the food ready yet? The men are hungry! And yet another article of of a cloth or a towel or something hits him in the head, and he he laughs, and she brings out some food and sets it on the table, and your little sister runs over, and she's already like grabbing the good stuff off the plates and shoving her face with it, and your mom's slapping her hand, and no, sit down, sit down. So you all gather around the table and you eat a delicious meal. She's prepped some of the venison that you've caught, and of course, I don't know if you've ever, I'm sure you've eaten fresh,
Oh
freshly
yeah.
hunted food. It's,
Oh yeah.
oh, it's delicious. Your mother is a sublime cook. Um, so you have a delicious meal. You are full. You're excited that you have uh, your family's axe, and in the morning, early in the morning, you will be heading to Kattegat on your own, the city of Kattegat, actually, because you're on the outskirts. You'll be heading to the city to meet up with the elders and specifically Oba, who is the kind of the leader of your specific group that you will be sailing with
Okay.
to head to England. So you find yourself to your small, not really a room because the style is everything is open. So you find your bed. You kind of shove your sister off because she's wanting to play with you, and you're like, "No, I'm tired. I've got things to do in the morning." you know, typical older brothers is too important to play with their little sister.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, and you find yourself in a deep sleep. You then awake in the morning, and you hop onto the road. Pull that up. There we go. And you set forth. Give me a quick survival check, though, for me, just to make sure you can navigate there properly. You've been there multiple times, so it's not too high of a DC. 18. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No.
Okay. Yeah, we're good.
You've been in these woods hundreds of times ever since you were a child. It is no hard task for you to find your way to the city of Kattegat. Even with being in a fantasy world of your own doing, where you're twirling the axe, imagining all of the battles that you will be a part of, and all of the great deeds and the stories and the songs that will be sung about you. You're on cloud nine right now. Even then, though, you still manage to find your way to Kattegat. It is at this time that if you would like, there are markets. This is an opportunity for you to do anything that you would like to do before you head out.
All right.
Kattegat is a pretty large city, so you've got some decent markets. Have you rolled for starting gold for your character?
That's what I'm looking for, real quick.
So whatever your starting gold is, add a 20 to it, 20 gold. Because like I said, your family was pretty wealthy, and your father, on your departure, hugging your father, kissing your mother, tickling your little sister on your way out.
You said add 20 gold?
Yeah, add 20 gold onto whatever the
All right.
natural, whatever the fighter gets.
Gotcha.
So that's your gold. Your father gave you 20 gold before you left. He said that you might need this to buy any provisions for the journey, because any provisions that will be supplied is by you. They're not going to really provide too much. It's very much bring your own, bring your own beer kind of idea.
Okay. In that stand, I'm definitely going to go by a fruit stand and probably a meat stand.
Okay. What are you looking for in particular? As far, are you looking for dried rations, or are you looking for
dried? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you managed to find plenty of fish stands, meat stands, fruit stands, and vegetable stands where people, have farms that they're selling. A couple of the farmers. You've grown up with a couple of their kids. You see a couple familiar faces that their sons are also coming on the raid with you. Because every like few months, even sometimes a year, there'll be a gap where you don't go on a raid because those boats are in England. But eventually they'll come back, pick up more people, and go back.
Right.
So you've just been waiting for your moment. And last year you wanted to go, but it was a tough harvest. and your father asked that you stay and help him, just because you didn't make as much that you needed, and it was a really rough year for you guys. So you've been eagerly waiting and begging your father, basically, to let you go on this journey. Also, at this point, the character that you created, this is like, I don't know, like a 2-3 year younger version of him. So I don't know how
Right.
old you made your character, but he's pretty young at this point. He's still
I'd
a
say he's probably about 17, 18.
yeah. So he's very excited that he finally gets to go out and make a name for himself. So yeah, so you find um, how many days worth of rations are you wanting to purchase?
Uh, let's go with 10 days.
10 days, and just kind of an assortment.
Yeah. Right, right. Just mixing up everything.
Okay, of 10 days worth of rations of uh, fruits, vegetables like salted fruits and vegetables, and dried fish and meats. I would say that runs you like 3 gold. It's not much.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. That's no problem.
All right, so you can add 10 days of rations for you into
All
your
right. Fine.
inventory. Is there anything else that you would like to shop for while you are here?
So, I guess since what I've created is 3 years later, what weapons am I currently? Do I only have an axe and that's it?
So you would have Soul Reaver. You would probably have your longsword that you have.
Okay.
Um, as far as armor, I wouldn't really say that you had any, just because you hadn't gone on any raids. The sword is just kind of a self-defense like it's a means of self-defense. Many children are trained with swords as kids, so you would
Right.
have gotten one probably for like your name day, like your 16th birthday or something like that.
Okay.
But that's about it. So you have the axe and the sword.
Okay. So yeah, I would like to go. I guess go see the blacksmith. I got to buy some armor and a shield.
You can recall from stories that your grandfather has told you, from your father telling you of all the raids that they've been on. The shield is actually provided by the clan leader that you are a part of,
Okay. Gotcha.
because the shield is the insignia of your clan. So they provide those
Right.
for you so that you know which group you're part of.
Okay. Perfect.
So you would just need some armor.
Right.
So you wander around. You are walking through the town. I actually got a perfect thing for this. Blacksmith. There we go. And you find your way to the sound of tinking and clinking of a hammer against anvil, the familiar sound of the blacksmith. What would you like to purchase from the blacksmith?
I would like to see if he has any studded leather armor.
Studded leather? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty simple. There's nothing too extravagant about that. Um, yeah. So this guy is Boar. Everybody just calls him Boar. He's a huge man. He's got a beard that has been braided into 2 tusks. It's pretty cool looking. And that's why everybody calls him Boar, because he has boar tusks, where he's braided the hair into the tusks. So it's actually literally 2 tusks coming off of his chest. He's
Gotcha.
shirtless. He's got a big beer gut, but he's fucking jacked. Like, nobody fucks with this guy. He's huge. So you come over, little younger Ingvar,
Uh,
and he's like, "Oh, Ingvar, I hear you going on the raids today. Very excited. What can I get for
always,
you? Ding, ding." He keeps
always good to
working.
see you, boy. You just look more pretty every day. I just need
Oh,
some studded leather armor, please.
studded leather. Ah, yes. All right. Let me see what I got. And he goes into the back, and um, he pulls out a couple shirts of leather, and he kind of like holds it up, and he's like holding it up and kind of looking at you, and it's too big, it's too small, and then he pulls out one that's perfectly your size. He brings it over. Here, try it on. I need to see if I need to modify anything. Huh? How does it
What?
fit?
Ah, uh, Yeah, no, it feels good. Feels good. Feels
Oh,
good.
oh yes, oh yeah. And he kind of
Not too
like
tight, not too loose.
he kind of helps you with like any fastens. He adjusts like a little fasten on the side, make it a little bit looser so it's not pinching. Um, but yeah, what does it on your thing? Does it say the price of leather, studded leather?
It does not.
All right. Um, he'll say, "All right, let's see. So there's this," and he's kind of calculating in his head how much it should be. Um, and he goes, "Well, your father did help me out last season when I was running out of hide and blah blah blah." He's kind of going into this whole thing. He's like, "I'll give you a special deal. 5 gold. How about that?"
Boy, I think that's I think we can do that. Yeah, that'll work.
All right. I gotta look out for the little guy. Yeah. And he takes the gold from you, so just deduct another 5 gold from your thing.
Yep. All good.
He gave you a special deal because your father and him are kind of friends, so he didn't ask for too much from you.
Right.
All right. So now with your provisions slung over back, your brand new leather armor, and your sword and axe fastened to your hip, is there anything else that you would like to do?
So just looking out around the city, you can see like everyone getting their armor on, getting ready to go to the boat.
Mm-hmm. The
boats,
people,
or are we getting ready to go to the hall?
Getting ready to go to the hall. So some people are at the boats making provisions, like loading food on, doing that kind of thing. But most of the people are in a hubbub. Like there's tons of traders because everybody knows everybody's coming to Kattegat to group up to go on this raid. So everyone's trying to sell chickens and all these noises are people are shouting, "Buy this, buy that, buy this!" But everyone's primarily the people going on the raid are heading towards the hall. Yes.
All right. So I think I'm just gonna head right to towards the hall, try to get a spot around the fire.
All right. Roll me a reflex save real quick.
Oh no! Oh, that's the wrong button. Oh, hang on. Give me 1 second. I clicked on attributes and abilities, and that loads up a whole another thing. It's loading up a lot real quick, so it's taking a second.
It is all good. Yeah, the Roll20 audio is way better, by the way, so we might just start using this.
Use that for now. All right, you said a reflex?
A reflex, correct.
Okay.
15. All right. Just saved. So you're trying to push through this crowd. You know, everybody's kind of hubbub and running around, and people are trying to sell, and people are like pulling you over to try to sell their shit to you, and you're like, no, I got places to be. I got to go to the hall. You know, you're bright-eyed and ready to go, and out of the corner of your eye, the crowd kind of clears a little bit, and you're like, oh, I can make a book for it. So you start kind of speeding up to head towards the hall, and out of the corner of your eye, you see someone rushing you. But you rolled high enough that you don't get tackled. You whirl around and you spin on him, ready to like fucking tackle this person, and you notice it's your Uncle Torsten, who you didn't make. I made him.
Yeah, gotcha.
But yes, this is your Uncle Torsten. He doesn't live with your family. He has a separate plot of land. Yes. He does not have a farm, however, though. His business is in like mining minerals and stuff, getting iron and shit like that. So he's a pretty big man. He spent a lot of times in mines working pickaxes and so on and so forth. And he comes to give you a huge like bear hug. He's like just gonna pick you up. Ingvar! Hello!
Hello!
Do you just let him pick you up?
Yeah, I'm letting him pick me up.
Okay.
There's no sense in fighting it. He's way too big.
Because you had a high enough reflex you could dodge it, but... Because you could just let it happen. You just noticed
Let it happen. He's
all right.
family.
So he picks you up and sets you down, grabs your shoulders, and he's like, oh, look at you. New armor. And he like gives your armor a good like tugging to make sure it's on you good. Good. Slaps you on the shoulder. What else? Oh, I see you have Sjolrivar. Ah,
gave it to me last night.
oh, I can see it in your eyes. You are most happy. Ah,
I
are you on your way
can't
to the
wait
Great
to
Hall?
take Christian lives with this.
Oh, I'm sure you will. All right. Everyone move! And like his loud voice clears this path where he's going on the raid with you. So he's super excited to have you coming with him, his little nephew. So he kind of leads the way, pushing people out of the way as you follow behind him, and you get to the Great Hall. Right there. Let me change the music. There we go.
So I definitely want to try to take a seat, like, right there.
Okay, like as close as possible.
Right.
All right. Yeah. So the doors are wide open already to the hall. People are pouring in. You hear laughing and cheering, and people like clacking cups together and drinking, and you hear somewhat of like a little chant. Not a chant, like a jig going on in the corner where people are like singing some Danish song that's like a drinking song. Um, it's quite the. This music isn't fitting. I need to find a better song here. Let me find something real quick for you.
Yeah, this music's so calm.
Yeah. No. Here we go. All right. So, turn it down a little bit. So you come into this huge festivity. People are excited to see, some of their family members that have been gone for years and years coming back and drinking and partying, and sitting at one of the heads of the table, you instantly recognize your clan leader, Oba Ragnarsson, who is very famously one of the sons of Ragnar Lothbrok, who you thrive to want to be like. He is a legend in Kattegat. So you push your way to the front, sitting down in one of the spare chairs. You kind of have to shove like some drunk guy off one of the chairs to actually get a spot. But you manage to get a spot. You notice your Uncle Torsten is kind of in the back, leaning up against a wall, talking to some of his buddies that were on the raid with him, because he also came back. He's been on the raid for a minute. So he too came back. So they're kind of chatting and laughing when there's this and Oba stands up, and he has his battle axe that he's with the hilt of it pounding it into the table to get everybody's attention. There's a hush that runs over the entire hall. So we'll turn the music down. And everyone is looking at Oba, and he just kind of surveys the room, looking at all the new faces and faces that he's seen for the past few raids. And his eyes actually come to you, and he looks at you for a minute and then continues to look on, because he recognizes that you're new. And he speaks, "Brothers, it is time to raid!" And the crowd and the whole hall, just lights up. People's weapons are flashing in the air. He goes, all right. A little too much ale, I see. Well, provisions are being made. And at this point, then he goes into somewhat of you're kind of like, oh, this is kind of boring. Your character kind of zones out, where he's talking about the plans of where you're going to be landing in England, as far as like the coordinates of it, what the plan is, who you'll be meeting up with, just some kind of basic plans. Most of it doesn't even really have to do with you. You're just going to kind of follow your commanding officer. You're just kind of there for the ride. And also at this point, you notice that there's a full tankard in front of you, so you start drinking and enjoying in the festivities. Yeah, but before long, the meeting doesn't go on very long. These are Vikings after all, and they want to raid. So he then, seemingly before you notice you're mid-drink, he's like, let's go. You're like, oh, it's done. Okay. So you set it down. Everyone's getting up and rushing out the door, and people are cheering from the outside. They're patting backs and cheering. And you head to the boats that have now been prepared. There are 3 ships that will be taking you guys, 3 long ships. Okay. There is Oba's ship, which is slightly larger than the 2 other ships. It's the flagship for sure. Right. His ship loads up first. You are kind of on standby, waiting to load into your ships, waiting for his ship to take the lead. Last chance. Is there anything else that you would like to do before you leave?
I think I'm good.
All right. So you board the vessel. You find a seat that you deem to be comfy and has a good view. And you take a plop down and
open boat.
Yep. You sit down in the ship. You grab an oar. And the head shipman, I guess we would call him, orders the rows to begin to row, 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 the rhythm beginning. And you kind of turn around and you see Oba's ship is already somewhat off in the distance, not too far, but he's leading this procession of the 3 ships.
Right.
So let me get this open. I love all the sounds that I can mess with.
Yeah, no.
All right. There we go. And we will move you to this one. All right. So you are blown away. You've never left Kattegat. You've been on small fishing boats, but you've never been on a long boat. Right. And you're blown away at the speed and the smoothness of how she sails across the water, where, your small little fishing boat would be bobbing up and down with every wave, whereas this ship just glides through everything. You are stunned at the beauty of the cliffs that border both sides of this fjord that enters Kattegat. And you realize also how defensible Kattegat really is. Nothing can really sneak up on the city because there's only one way in.
Right.
Yeah, give me a seasick roll. No, I'm kidding.
Fortitude. Gotcha.
No, I'm kidding. So so you trek off, and the 3 ships grow closer together at this point. After you've left the docking area, you leave the cliffs behind, and you turn one last time to see the shore falling behind you as you leave your home, leaving for a new life of adventure, raiding, and excitement. The first day of travel goes pretty smoothly. Give me you know what? I'll take your boat building, because you would have pretty proficient. If you could build a boat, you'd kind of know how to sail one. So give me 1 boat building check for me. 22. Is that a 22? Jesus, that is your second 19, dude.
Yeah,
damn.
I know. I'm super screwed for combat.
First combat, 1.
Exactly.
No, but you know your way around this boat. You probably had some part in building it. Maybe not directly building it, but you might have sanded some of the beams that were put into it, or helped with the rigging or something, So you're very experienced and you're very well versed. And you have no problem obeying the orders that are kind of shouted out to you and barked out to you, where, oh, do this, do that, forward, backward, all this shit. You're on it. You're no struggle. And the headsman of the ship, the leader of your ship, is very impressed. He definitely notices your um, ability to adapt, where you're even outshining some of the people that have gone on this voyage multiple times, and they knew what they were doing, and you outshined them. So you definitely did a good job. It is now the second day of the voyage. The night was a little sickening. You've never
Kinda.
slept on the ocean. And it took a
Yeah,
little bit
I've
of
done
getting
that.
used to, and also trying to find a comfy spot where something wasn't sticking into your back, and then you roll over, and then there's a foot right in your face, so you roll the other way, and then there's that thing sticking in your back again. So it takes a minute, a couple hours of rolling back and forth, but you finally do manage to find yourself asleep, waking up the second day. The second day, however, you are greeted with dark skies and a
Ugh.
a harsh wind blowing in. Um, Let me get that sound going. Let's see.
For some reason, every time you switch the sound, I'm just waiting for the random. Because
Ah,
it's gonna throw me off completely.
like a seagull.
No, just like some random loud scream. Just a troll sound that you added in there. That's all I'm waiting
Oh,
for.
ah! Is it that one? Come on, play.
Yeah, I'm hearing something. I was hearing dark, like rain and thunder.
You're hearing this?
Yeah.
Huh? I'm not hearing it. That's fine. All right. Imagine rain stream.
Oh, I hear rain. We're good.
Okay,
I feel like if I hear it, they hear it.
that's weird. I'm not hearing anything. No matter. Um, the rain begins to pour, and at first you're like, "Oh, it's just rain," and then the rain begins to come at you sideways, and the wind begins to howl, and the waves begin to grow higher and higher and higher. It is at this point you rolled a high enough proficiency that you're able to know what the like you can hear the headsman barking out the orders to you. You're able to react quick enough as far as the sail checks. However, give me 3 reflex saves.
Oh no. Reflex 1.
Okay.
Okay. Reflex 2. Ooh, that's
Jesus.
reflex 3.
Okay. All right.
There it is.
Still not even that low, dude. Like everything has been
Yeah,
above
I
10.
know.
It's crazy. So the storm begins to blow in, and you hear even the shouting from the other ships as they're yelling commands to lower the sails and pull the oars in, and typical things that sailors would know, which I do not know.
No,
But
you're good. Yeah, that's fair. I understand.
commands as to not have the boat get wrecked in the storm. Um, and your first reflex save saves you from toppling over the ship. You hit a wave, it's a massive wave. The ship goes
Thank God for
almost
that.
vertical, and you manage to like grab onto the sides. You're like, holy shit, and we're back down again. Um,
Character's over. I drowned on my first save.
and he's dead. Um, it seems as though hours pass, hours and hours of this relentless storm, and now it's not just rain and wind and waves, it is lightning that light up the entire sky seemingly almost every few seconds. Um, which seems to be actually helpful because you're able to see what the fuck you're doing. And you're kind of judging your actions in those split seconds of light. When there's light, you do something really quick and then you'll hold on, and then you'll do something really quick and then hold on. And there's a car alarm going off outside. I don't know if you can hear
No,
that.
no, no. There are no cars in this time period.
Oh,
What are you
sorry.
talking
There's no
about?
car alarm. The car drowns in the ocean.
You just hear Thor beating his hammer on the anvil in the distance.
Yes, it is Thor beating his anvil. Um, and then that is where your second reflex comes in. Um, this one, you were even more ready for it. You see the wave coming. there was a flash of light from the lightning that gave you enough of a notice of, oh shit, there's a big one coming. So you managed to grab on and really prep yourself, and you breach that wave. And then more hours of fighting this storm go by when we finally come to your final reflex save. And because you succeeded on 2 of them, 13 is actually would have been a fail. However, because you succeeded on 2 of them, the wave that hits your ship this time doesn't come from the front where you were expecting it. It actually seems to almost hit you from the side. And the whole ship rocks. And for a second, you feel like it's going to flip. The entire ship is going to flip on its end. And you lose your grip. You're falling, and one of the sailors manages to grab your hand just in time and pull you back in. One of your fellow Norsemen. Yes, you have succeeded the storm. You don't die.
Oh,
The
thanks,
storm
Thor.
seems to have felt like it lasted for days, even though it might have only been half a day. You are soaked. You are chilled. You do take 1 point of exhaustion.
Great.
You haven't slept in over 24 hours at this point because you've been up for the whole day, and then the storm happened, and you're exhausted. You're tired. You're soaked to the bone. You saw the life flash before your eyes as you almost fell out of the boat, but the waves begin to subside. Give me a perception check real quick.
Oh, after I just tagged that, I'm exhausted.
Exactly. 18.
Hey,
Jesus, dude. Get them all out of the way now.
no.
So the waves are slowly beginning to die down. It's still storming, but it's quieting down. And it's at this point that you're starting to focus more on what's going around you instead of just trying to keep yourself alive. And you quickly glance over the side of the ship to see where the other ships are, to see if they got blown off course, if you guys are still together. And through some miracle of Odin, you've actually managed to stay together. You see one ship, not the other.
Do I see if it is Obe's ship?
Oba's ship is the other ship, correct. But the
Okay,
third
thank
ship
God.
is gone.
All right.
And you
So that's
try
half of our
to...
sailing party already gone, or a
Yep.
third.
You try to recollect, and when flashing back through your memory, you think of going over a wave, and you are like, yes, I think I saw all 3 of us, and then going back down, and then going over a wave, and then there's just 2 of you. And then 2 of you, 2 of you, and you have seemed to remember a third ship it disappeared. It must have either got blown off track, blown off course, or sunk. All right.
Okay. Great.
So it is at this point that the storm has now calmed down enough, and a few hours pass before your lookout, the navigator, shouts out, "Land! We've made it!"
Oh, thank Odin. Finally. Get me off of this boat.
Your stomach is very queasy. Also, you're exhausted. You've been riding waves up and down, and the sight of land off in the distance is a welcome one. It's a very welcome one. You remember the orders that Odin gave prior to leaving on this expedition, and
You mean Obe?
oh yeah, Oba. Sorry, not Odin.
Odin gave me responsibilities for this
Odin
trip.
gave you responsibilities. No, Oba Ragnarsson. And you recall where you guys were supposed to land. So you are kind of coasting down the shore now. You don't land at the first place that you see. You're heading for a specific landing site. Is there anything that you would like to do during this time? At a moment's breather of the storm has now ended. You're soaked to the bone. Everyone's just kind of like shivering but excited at the same time to finally see land and at the prospect of getting the fuck off this boat.
All right, first things first, I'm gonna check my side, make sure my axe is still there.
It is not.
Huh?
Your axe is not there.
Okay, I'd like to take a quick look around the boat. Where's my axe?
You are kind of like collecting yourself. You're like, okay, let me breathe. And the thoughts of just like regular survival are starting to come back to you now. It's not fight or flight instincts anymore. You're starting to think again. And you're kind of patting yourself down. Your provisions, you tied them off before the storm happened, so your provisions are still there. They're in a water sealed bag too, so they didn't get destroyed. You check your sword, you go to reach for your axe, and it's not there. And this sinking feeling of like disbelief hits you. No, it's there. No, it's on the ground. You check down, it's not there. You check over, it's not there. Now you're starting to panic because this axe has been passed down from generation to generation. It has been the one thing that you have most desired in your childhood, and it is gone in an instant before you even had a chance to really enjoy it. What would you like to do? Are you going to start searching the ship?
Yeah, I'm gonna search the ship for my fucking axe.
You're so mad. Roll me a perception.
This is where it comes in key, where I get a low perception
This is where
check.
you get. Oh my god, Jesus. Even with that check though, checking under ropes, checking everywhere thoroughly, and you feel like you checked thoroughly, you don't see it.
I'm stress eating right now because of you. I want you to know this.
So you sit there, you grab your bag, and you pull out one of your rations, which at this point you would probably want to eat, just because it has been a long day. You're exhausted, you haven't slept, you're starving. So you're sitting there, you're eating this like salted fish, just like just
Still looking around.
Freaking the fuck out.
Where is it?
Looking in places that you've already checked 3 times. It's at this point that the headsman barks out a quick order. The few people that kind of manage the boat when you're not rowing, the people that actually sail it, make a quick few adjustments, and the ship pulls into the spot where you guys are stopping. Pop you over to this one. You guys pull up onto the shore. There's this nice embankment. The waters are not very harsh. The waters are also pretty shallow, so that when you pull the boat up during the high tide and low tide, the boat would not get pulled back out into sea or anything like that. So it's a very strategic and safe place to land your boat. But you do not care. You are still looking for your fucking axe. You have no idea where that axe is. You're now even looking even more as people are hopping off the boat and starting to push it in. People are throwing their supplies out of the boat onto the shore. A couple of them flop out of the boat and they're kissing the sand. They're just like, fuck, ground. Are you still just on the boat?
Yes, I'm still on the boat looking for my axe.
So you're sitting there freaking out, and you're kind of doing another another pass of the boat. You're heading from the back because you were kind of in the back of the boat. You're moving to the front of the boat to try to find something. And right when you get up to the front of the boat, there's an individual that you have never seen before. You don't actually recognize him. He turns and let me... Oh, fuck, that was on my phone, wasn't it?
What'd you do?
It is on my phone. 1 second.
A picture?
No, it wasn't a picture. It was information, so I can find it,
Gotcha.
though. Oh, excuse me.
That sounded delicious.
Oh, it was. Okay. Sorry. That's all I need to look up. You don't recognize him. He turns, and it's this man that you're seeing currently in the picture that I have you on.
Okay.
He has a shield that looks very heavy. It is like a thick oaken shield that is a lot bigger and a lot thicker than any of the other shields that Oben provided for, or Oba provided for you guys. Which, speaking of which, you got your shield.
Right.
So he has a shield that is very different from the rest of them. Still the same insignia, but very large, and a massive war hammer in the other hand. Actually, it's not in his hand. It's strapped to his belt. In his hand is your axe. And he is on the shore already, and he's kind of waving to you. Ingvar! Ingvar! Is that you, Ingvar?
Yeah. You found my axe?
Yes, I found it. You don't want to lose this.
I'm gonna sprint, dead sprint, jumping out of the boat, sprinting towards him to get my axe.
He's already holding it out for you. As you get there, and you like, not really intending to be rude, but it kind of comes across as being rude, where you like snatch it out of his hand and you're like clutching it to your chest. You get your axe back, and he kind of sits there and chuckles, and he's like, "Yeah, during the storm, Thor was beating his hammer, and I saw the axe tumble. I managed to grab it, though. You don't want to lose your family's heirlooms. Things that fathers give you are very important."
What is your name?
"Oh, my name is Donar. Good to meet you."
Damn it. Thank you so much for finding my axe. I owe you a great deal.
It's fine, man. It's not man. It is fine, brother. It's fine, man.
Fine, homie.
It is fine, brother. Again, I have lost my father's gifts many times as well, so I did not want the same fate to fall upon you. And it is at this time that I want you to roll a perception for me, as you're talking to Donar. Okay.
There it is.
What was that? A 3?
That was like a 3, yeah.
You are talking to Donar. He's kind of laughing and like laughing at you because you were so freaked out. He's like, it's okay. Like, I understand, you know. And you see one of the men that are unloading drop. Boom. They hit the deck of the ship. You're out of the ship, so you hear a thud, but you don't see like what happened.
Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna, I guess, turn to the ship and go walking towards it at a kind of a fast pace.
Okay. So you kind of hear the thud, and you're like, what? And you're
Yeah.
still pretty close to the ship. Donar wasn't that far from the ship. So you turn around and you kind of like peek over the ship, and inside the ship lays one of the crew members with an arrow in the back of his neck. He is dead. He lies dead.
I'm gonna scream out, "Arrows!"
All right. You scream out, "Arrows!" And it is time for our first combat, ladies and gentlemen. Roll for initiative. Give me that initiative roll as the map roll.
There we go.
I love it. I love it so much. You've been rolling so good, and now the combat comes, and now it's just garbage. All right, so we're going to wait for this image to load in real quick. It's taking a minute. Oh, the storm sound has still been playing. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I was playing for a while. I was just like, it's okay.
Do you hear that playing?
Yeah, at first I thought it was a Game of Thrones theme, to be honest.
Here, 1 second. I'm going to reload. I'm not getting the audio, so sometimes it does this. So I'm just going to restart the thing real quick. So it might kick you. Okay, you're still in there. Perfect. All that's loading up. Let me see if I can get the music going now. Because I know you can hear it, but I need to hear it too. There we go. All right. All right. Have you rolled for your initiative? 9. All right.
Yeah.
Let me do my rolls really quick. It's not much better. All right. So the unknown enemies, since they had a surprise round, they will be going first. So the first one, actually, I'm just going to roll all threes. Let me get the stat sheet up for them. 1 second. Okay. So there we go. Rolling. Oh, Jesus. All right, one of them definitely hits. The other two miss. So as you shout this out, arrows! Right at that moment, 3 arrows come shooting down. One of them hits this guy right here, nailing him in the arm for, let me see the damage. Alrighty. Only 5 points of damage, so he's all right. He takes it and and he thrives off that rage. The other 2 arrows sink into the sand next to you, not causing any harm. It is now at this point that the regular turn order begins. They did manage to roll higher. So, also, do you see where you are? Right there. Talk again? No, I can't hear you.
Can you hear this?
Yes.
All right.
All right, that's fine. We'll just switch to that. We'll just keep jumping back and forth. Fuck it.
Yep, pretty much.
All right. So yeah, do you see where you are?
Yeah, I see it.
All right, so that's your token right there. And then you have the other allies. This guy right here is the one that has been killed. He was the one that was shot dead in the boat.
Gotcha.
All right. So it is their turn. The 3 archers will fire again. So we roll 3 d20s. This time, a lot better. 2 of them will actually land a hit. They shoot this guy again, and they shoot this guy. Dealing to the first guy, oof. And then the second guy. All right. This one, he goes down.
Okay.
And this one is also dead. The other one takes the hit, but doesn't seem to do too much damage to him. He kind of shrugs it off. All right. It is now your allies' turns. These guys, seeing the ambush that they have walked into, there are 3 archers up on the cliff that they can't really get to. So they're going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Yeah, right there. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. And then he was right behind him right there. And then this guy is going to 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. Okay, he's in range. He's going to take a shot. And he's going to miss. So you see the man next to you that has his bow already knotted and ready, nocked and ready. He takes a shot, but it goes wide. These guys are in partial cover just because you can only see like their heads because you are on the low ground. So they have some pretty decent cover. And that brings us to your turn. What would you like to do?
Alright, first I'd like to look out, see if I see the other ship, if it's docked near.
Give me a perception check. Nope, you don't see it.
I knew this was gonna happen! Alright. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'm gonna move to right there.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kind of crouch down and put the shield over the top of my head where they would be able to hit me.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ready an action in case any of these guys move towards me.
Okay. All right. So you jump out of the boat, rushing forward with your shield up, and you kind of hit the side of the cliff with your shield up, ready to defend yourself, and you're readying yourself for anyone that might come at you. It is the top of the round, their turn. The 3 archers are going to fire again. One of them will be at you. And it is a nat 1 against you, so that one completely misses.
Yes! I knew the shield above the head was a good technique.
Yeah, it just sticks into the shield. You're like this, and you just see an arrow, like, toonk. You're like, oh! The other 2, however, do hit again. This guy... Oh, wait, no, they hit these guys. They're going to target these 2 guys right here and here. So the first one is going to take 4 damage, and the other one takes 7. They're both okay. They're looking a little beat up, but they're still standing because they targeted different enemies at this point. At this point, these 2 move up. I guess he could fit there. Yeah, he could fit there. So he's going to kind of get in between there. He's not really able to pass the guy, though, because he is blocking that cliff there. They are both going to take attacks against him. Where is their melee? There it is. All right. So 2 attacks. Just 2 basic attacks. Miss and a miss. Both of them come after the guy that has the arrow sticking out of his shoulder. And they both come to swing, but he blocks both of them in one shield, throws their swords to the side, and yells in their face. He is in a blood rage. It is now your allies' turns.
Right.
All right. This guy, seeing that he missed, he's going to go 5, 10, 15, move up a little bit. Take another shot. Hopefully hitting this time. Natural 20. Holy
Perfect.
fuck.
Thank God.
All right, let me see their damage here. All right. And then plus, yep, that's just enough. He brings down one of the archers that's up on the cliff with an arrow through the head. At this time, this guy's going to rush over there to his comrades. This guy is going to get to right there. Oh, come on. There we go. Turn you around. All right. And no, they're not going to do that. So I have a shield wall mechanic that I will be showing you whenever there's a chance.
I was about to actually call out a shield wall. So
yeah, at this point, since there is only enough room for the 2 of them there, you can't do a shield wall. There has to be 3 or more.
Okay.
And then I have some shield wall mechanics that I'll explain to you. But
let me ask about your shield wall mechanic before I actually make my move, because it'll determine my move now at this point.
Okay. So the shield wall mechanic, when there are 3 or more, you form a shield wall, which you can then spend your movement action. If you are in a shield wall, you cannot move. You are a wall, essentially.
Right, you are all together.
Exactly. And you can expend your action to either attack, which you then just attack normally. You're just opening your shield and attacking. Or you can expend your action to defend, which if you have the shield wall perk, it's going to add more to this. But just basic shield wall, if you spend your action to defend, it adds a +2 AC to the person to your left and to your right.
Okay.
That's why it needs to be 3 people.
Right.
So if you are on the outsides, you provide it to the people in the middle. So if everyone were to defend, you could get like a +4, +5, or a +6 to your AC. So it makes you very hard to kill.
Okay, gotcha.
And then I know there is the feat shield wall, which
It's
does...
not on the Roll20 anymore, though.
I know it's something similar, where it's like if you're within 5 feet of somebody else that has this feat, you give like a +2 or a +4 to AC, like a situational AC. So that would just add on top of this bonus.
Okay,
if you take this feat. So this feat is it's basically a combat maneuver. It's just a basic combat. So that brings us back, though. So there is 2 of them there, but this one is a Saxon. These 2 are Danes, so they're not able to get a shield wall up.
Okay.
But the 3 of them will take attacks all on this guy to try to break their line. So that's 3d20. I'm not even going to roll for damage. He's dead. All of them hit. So this guy goes down. I'm going to start deleting people so that we can tell who's dead. So they fuck that guy up royally. He is dead and gone. There we go. All right. That is their turn. They all went. He moved. It is now your turn.
Okay. So I'm going to move up to right here.
Okay.
And I'm going to attempt a shield bash into a swing with my axe.
All right.
Shield bash. 15 hit.
Let me open them up. Where are you? A 15 does not hit.
Okay. Then move on to my longsword. Damn it! Alright.
Damn. So you go, this Saxon is pretty heavily armed. He's wearing some pretty decent armor. He's got a shield, and he knows how to use it. So you come and you try to like break open his defenses with your shield. He kind of slams back up against the cliff, which probably saved his life because it kept him on his feet when you come for a sword and he just blocks it again. That is your turn. At the start of the round, the archers will yet again fire. Miss and a miss. They shoot at you, but it's only a 10 to hit, which I'm guessing is a miss. And they shoot at the guy carrying the spear next to you, and that is also a miss with a massive 5.
Oh, wow.
Then this guy, since you attacked him, he's going to come at you and attack you. And misses with another 5. This guy, he's going to step forward to there, and he's going to attack the guy directly in front of him. Natural 20. This guy's dead.
Okay.
Again, I'm not even going to roll for damage because that was a natural 20, and he only had 8 hit points left. So
yeah, you're good.
He's dead. And also, when you see this guy, he seems to be the leader of this little group. He seemed to have been calling out the commands when the attack first started, and he's also been kind of hanging in the back. He saw an opportunity where this guy, the Dane standing in front of you, struck down the guy and was kind of like, ah! And he just comes up and drives his great sword right through the guy.
Okay, gotcha.
He went. All right, it is your ally's turn. This guy, they can't even do a shield wall that way either. It's such a confined space, they can't do a shield wall.
Right.
And he can't move past either. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. This guy goes here. And you can move at diagonals, can't you?
Yeah, you can.
All right, so staying within the area of attack of both of those guys, he's going to get there. which is now flanking, and the two of them are going to attack the captain, both with advantage. So the first guy, that is a miss, even with advantage. Second guy is also a miss with advantage. So he comes, and they both kind of flank this guy who just killed this Dane, who is clearly their leader. And they're both kind of like, ah! And they come at him at once, and he very skillfully, like, ching, blocks it, parries the one guy away, and shoves the other guy. This guy will also then move up to there. Did the archer take a shot this turn yet? I don't believe so.
Yeah, they both missed.
They're archers. They're archers.
Oh.
I'm talking about your archer.
My archer has not.
Okay, he's going to take a shot, and it is... Let's see. Is that a hit? Just a miss. Damn cover. So he shoots, and it grazes the guy over his shoulder, but his chainmail manages to protect him. It is now your turn.
All right. I'm going to move up to right here in the thick of the battle. And the guy on my left, I'm going to hit with a shield bash.
All right. That is a hit.
Hey. All right. So he's going to take 6 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And I'm going to swing with my axe and hit the captain in front of me.
All righty. Oh.
Oh.
Is that a nat 20? No, it's not. It's a 18.
No, that's like a 18.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a hit. So you smash the guy up against the cliff again, not really giving him a chance to recover, knocking his head into the cliff, dealing some nice damage there, then bringing your axe down on the captain, sinking it into his chest, but not killing him. He looks pretty hurt, though.
Hell yeah.
All right. It is...
Their turns.
Their turns. The archers are going to... They don't have a shot on you guys anymore. So they're going to 5, 10, 15, 20... 5, 10, 15, 20. They're both going to get there. They could both get there pretty easily. And they are going to shoot down on you and the guy that is standing next to you.
Okay.
Does I'm pretty sure 20 hits you, right?
Yeah, 20 hits.
All right. You take... Fuck me. God damn it. You take 3 damage. I hate you.
Oh.
I rolled a 1.
I thought you were going to be like, okay, good. I thought you were going to kill me.
No. I rolled a 1 on damage.
All right, hang on. Let me make sure
you take a whopping 3 damage. The other guy, however, rolled a natural 20. Luckily, it wasn't on you. It was the guy that was standing next to you. And he is dead. He takes enough points of damage that he goes down.
Okay.
The arrow hits him in his head, and he is no more. So that was the 2 archers. The captain, seeing that he's surrounded like this, do you know if he can disengage from multiple combatants, or can you only disengage from one? Does it only negate one AoE?
Disengage is just it's just a 5-foot step, unless he has an ability, and then I think it's just one. So yeah, it'd just be a 5-foot step.
All right. So he's going to take the disengage 5-foot step right there to avoid getting pummeled by you two. And then
that would be all of his movement. So when you 5-foot step, that's it.
Yeah. He is, however, going to spend the rest of his action, instead of attacking, he's going to run. Because he's not looking too good. He's only got one guy left. So he's going to half movement, 5, 10, 15. He is trying to run away.
Don't forget. This guy gets an attack.
Yep. Thank you for reminding me.
I didn't know if you saw him.
It is a miss. No, I knew he was going to get one. So he kind of backs away like ting, ting, blocking him. He has blood coming out of his shirt because of the fatal wound that you gave him with your axe. And he manages to back away from both of you, but unable to truly get away from the other guy. He takes a swing, but he misses. So he's beginning to run. The guy that's backed up against the cliff doesn't really have much of a choice, so he's just going to go for you again.
Right.
Does a 15 hit you?
No.
All right. So he stabs with his spear, and it just shing, slides right off your shield. It is your allies' turns now. This guy is going to... Actually, both these guys, seeing that you've got that guy fucking handled, he's going to 5, 10, 15, 20. This guy is 5, 10, 15, 20. I think they have 30 feet of movement, or is it 20?
Yeah, it's usually 30 unless they're wearing heavy.
No,
heavy
it's
armor.
20. It's 20.
20?
So he's here. So 5, 10. Okay, so he could get here if he took some diagonals. Or does the diagonals count as 10?
It's a 5 foot.
Okay. So he gets up behind the captain. He chases after him. I'm going to have him roll an attack first. He misses. Goddamn. This captain has a pretty high AC, though. So he's chasing after the captain, and he swings, but he misses yet again. This guy is going to attack the archers that are up there. He's tired of getting shot at. And that's a natural 1. All right.
Nice.
This guy is going to shoot an arrow. And he misses as well. All right. All of them fucking miss. It is now your turn.
Solid. Seeing this guy running away, I am going to throw my axe at him.
Alrighty. Roll a ranged attack for me.
That's a natural 20.
That's natural 20. That is most definitely. That hits. Roll that damage.
All right.
Double dice. So 17 total? Or is that...
17 total. Oh, wait. That is weird.
Is that 10 and 7 and 10? Oh, is that your strength mod? That's your strength mod added to that. So the 10.
Yeah, so 1d6
and then the
plus
14.
4.
24. So you just did 24 damage.
On an axe throw, yes.
Fucking hell. That's almost... Actually, that was almost max damage. Yeah, no, he's dead.
Yeah.
He's dead. He didn't even have that much HP combined. So yeah, so you see him running, and you... Woof, bah, right in the back of his head. He goes down limp. He's fucked. He's dead. Nice. All right.
All right, and then I'm going to do a shield bash again towards the guy to my left.
You're just pitting him against this.
I'm keeping him at bay.
You are. That sadly does not hit.
Yep.
So you shield bash, but he manages to not give way this time. He's kind of holding up against the cliff and fights your shield bash. It is the top of the round, their turn. He is going to full round attack you, which means his roll is lower, but he's going to... So first one misses, however the second one is a 18. Does an 18 hit?
Yeah, it hits.
It hits?
Yeah.
That was with a -2 to it as well. All right. It's okay. It's only a d6 of damage, which he maxed. That is... What is this? What is his plus to his melee? It's jack shit. So 7 damage. You up?
I'm up.
He maxed it. So he's sick and tired of you bashing him up against this cliff where he blocks it and he actually manages to get his spear down and shoves your shield and just ching right through you. That is his turn. The 2 archers. This archer is going to disengage this way. 5, 10, 15, 20. And then this archer is going to drop his bow and pull out his dagger. He's going to make a stab, which is probably not going to hit because it hits. Why is it the Saxons are rolling great and the Danes are not?
I don't...
A whopping D4. All right, he does 3 damage to the guy. The guy is not... He hasn't even gotten hit yet, so he's fine. The other one, however, does shoot at him. Misses, though. And that was it. It was just the 3 of them. All right.
Yeah.
It is your ally's turn now. Seeing that the captain got ka-chunked by your axe, he is going to come help you with this guy. He's going to make a melee attack against him. Natural 20. Not even going to roll for damage. He only had 4 health left. You almost had him dead. He was so fucking weak.
He also almost had me dead.
So the guy that was chasing the captain sees that you killed him, turns, sees you with the spear like through your side, like, and he comes over and just hits the guy unexpectedly and just fucks him. He's dead. So he went. He has not gone. So we're going to do an attack for you. He misses. The guy over here is going to take a shot. And he misses as well because of cover. Otherwise, that would have hit. All right. It is now your turn. So there's just the 2 archers up on top now.
Right, and now I am without my axe.
Mm-hmm. Your axe is still embedded in the head of the captain, who is right here, by the way.
Which one? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I'll make sure to go get that in a second. So now, seeing as he's above me, let's see, 5, 10, 15. You know, I'm just going to go. You said it was over right here?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So I'm going to move there, and as a bonus action, I'm just going to pick up my axe.
Okay.
And 5, 10, 15, 20. How far do you suppose I could throw a shield?
Your shield?
Just...
What is your range of your axe? Let me ask you that. It's 25 feet?
20 feet.
20 feet? Well,
yes.
Probably can't throw a shield further than an axe. And then also keep in mind that that's elevated, so that's probably more like 25, 30 feet.
Oh, true. Never mind.
So
5, 10, 15,
you kind of like
20,
grab your shield like you're going to chuck it, and then you're like, that's too far.
Alright, then just in case he decides he's going to try to shoot me, I'm going to get down in a kneel position and put my shield up kind of where my head would be and keep an eye out on them.
Okay. Are you going prone, or are you... Because if you do go prone,
no, I'm still going to be standing up.
It is disadvantaged to any ranged people, I believe.
No, it is still going to be standing up.
Okay. So you just kind of turn, shield ready, holding your action. It is the top of the round. He is not concerned with you. He doesn't even have his bow out. Remember, he dropped his bow?
Right. Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, this guy. This guy still has his bow out. But this guy is currently being held up against a cliff, or on a cliff edge, with an angry Dane right in front of him. He is going to do a full round action, so 2 attacks. Misses both. He tries to stab the Dane with the dagger, but misses. The other one is going to take a shot and then run. Come on. That hits. Let's see if that's enough to kill him, though. Let me see, how much health do they have? Because he already took 2 damage. And then that's... Oh. So you see the Dane that's up there fighting him take the arrow?
Yeah.
And he's looking fucked up. He is not looking too happy right now. He's very close to death.
Yep. Gotcha.
And then this guy is going to go 5, 10, 15. Oh, wait, no, he had full movement, so he's going to go there. That's the Saxons' turns. The Danes. This guy is going to do a shove. So what's his CMD versus CMB? All right, so he's got 16. Oh, he's got a 5. Damn. All right. And he succeeds. So he's going to do a shove attack and try to shove the archer off this edge of the cliff, which is like 20-foot cliff. And he succeeds. He shoves him off. And
hell yeah.
The guy, not much damage, takes 4 damage. He manages to kind of like slide down the cliff, but he still does get hurt on the way down. But he lands at the bottom, and let's see if he lands prone. Yep. natural one. He is flat on his face, right next to this other Dane, who is now going to make an attack because he hadn't done his turn yet. And he hits him, and the guy is dead.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty low health from the fall, so yeah. So he lands on his face, and that actually would have been an advantage. Let's see if he gets a crit. Nope. All right, he's still a hit. So he just brings his axe right into the guy's back, and he is now dead. There is only one Saxon left, and it is your turn. He's over here.
Okay, so I'm going to do a full... So I'm doing my full movement, so a whole 60 feet.
5... To try to get there?
Yeah, so it's going to be like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 movement to get right here.
Alright.
And I'm just going to yell at him in the most intimidating voice I can possibly do, because he probably doesn't speak our language. So I'm just going to raise my axe at him and just scream into his face.
Well, I mean, he is pretty intimidated because he just watched all of his fellow soldiers get slaughtered, and they had to jump on you, and the high ground, and 3 archers that were all shooting down. And they managed to kill a couple of you. They managed to kill a couple of you, but then this bloody Dane just comes at him. He's like, he freaks out. You don't have to do much to intimidate him. Oh, even with a 12, okay. you still scared him pretty fucking shitless. Top of the round, he is going to fuck.
5-foot step?
No. He's going to take your attack, and he's going to full movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35... Alright, so we'll say he gets right up to the edge. He's about... Oh, that's 40. So, 5, 10, so 15, 20, 25. You know, fuck the movement. We'll say that next round he's going to escape. But he gets all the way over to there.
Does a 16 hit him then?
Yes, it does. Just hits.
Alright, then he takes 9 slashing damage.
9 slashing. Had he been hit yet?
I'm not sure, actually.
I don't think the archer didn't hit him. So he manages to stay up. Barely. Barely.
Alright. Fair enough.
He survives the hit. He's not looking too good, but he does run. It is the Dane's turn. There's not shit they can do, so we'll just skip them. It is now your turn. You can give chase.
Where the hell is he?
He's up here.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 40. 45 movement.
You can attack? Are you able to?
No, so I had to use my action and my movement to try to get to him.
He's trying to run. Well, he's doing full movement as well.
Right.
Even though you have better movement, his 40 beats your 30. So
yeah, I'm going to completely scream at him again. This time I'm going to yell, surrender.
Let me see.
And hope that maybe he kind of understands me.
Nope.
Okay, well,
he
I
just
guess
hears,
screaming
and he's like, ah! He drops his crossbow at this point, too. He's dropped it, like, back here. He's just full sprinting now at this point.
Good. I just want to...
You get one more attack of opportunity as he flees. You can make it a... You can make it a non-lethal if you wanted to. If you're wanting to keep him alive, since you were trying to get him to surrender.
Honestly, I was trying to get him to surrender so I could just cut his throat. So,
well, 24 definitely hits, which is the rest of the damage that you needed, because he had 14 health and you did 15. So,
all right,
you cut him down as he's trying to flee. Well done. How much health do you got?
3.
You've got 3 health?
Which is why the whole time I'm chasing him, I'm like, just keep running, please. Just keep running.
Oh, that's great. All right, what would you like to do at this point?
At this point, I'm going to loot their bodies.
All right.
Collect their weapons, their armor, and any money that they might have on them.
Alrighty. Let's see. So there's the 3 archers, and then I'm gonna bring you back down here. Roll me.
Actually, can I just drag all their bodies together so we can all loot this quickly?
Yeah. I mean, it would probably
Alright.
be quicker just to loot rather than dragging and then looting.
Well, yeah, but I also want to do something else to them after I loot them.
All right.
So anyways,
give me a strength check.
looting.
Give me a strength check. Oh, fuck. You know what I just realized, too?
Oh!
You know what I just realized, too? You have a
What?
point of exhaustion, so all those rolls would have been lower.
Oh, that's right. I know if it went away. Yeah, I still have it done.
Yeah, you haven't rested, so it's still there. That's a natural 1. Nope. You are too tired, too hungry, too cold, and bleeding out of every fucking part of your body. So you do not.
In that case, I'm just gonna go ahead.
You go to
and
pick
loot
up a
'em.
body, and you're like, the spear wound in your like lower hip area flares up. You're fucked up right now, so you're not able to push them around.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and loot their bodies.
All right. The Danes are already looting the 2 regular soldiers that were down here. But you do
I more
manage.
want to loot like the captain mostly.
All right. I would say, because it is kind of just everyone for themselves. I would say
Right.
that if you wanted the captain, you could loot this guy up there, and then maybe have enough time to loot this guy and the captain, but 100% chance if you just went straight to the captain.
Yeah, straight to the captain.
All right. So from the archer, you find, we'll say, 3 gold pieces.
All right.
3 gold pieces. He had a crossbow that he had dropped. He is wearing simple leather armor. Yours is better. Yours is nicer, better made. He has also a dagger on him.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the gold and the crossbow.
All right, let me see if they have anything else, because it says what kind of treasury these guys have. Nope, just the dagger, the leather armor, and the crossbow, and the 3 gold from this guy.
Okay.
All right, so you pick up the 3 gold and the crossbow?
Yes.
All right.
Is it a light crossbow, heavy crossbow, or hand crossbow?
It is a heavy crossbow.
All right.
And you rush over to the captain that you threw the axe at. You retrieve your axe, I'm assuming, because your axe. Oh wait, no, you
Yes.
already did. You already did retrieve. Your axe.
I retrieved it earlier in
during
battle,
the combat. His head is like partially split open from where you threw your axe. You drop your crossbow really quick just so you can loot him quickly. He has 1 chain shirt. He has a masterwork greatsword. He had a basic bow with 20 arrows in it as well. But no gold on it.
Huh. All right. I'll just take the chainmail from him.
All right, the chain shirt. It's not chainmail, it's chain shirt.
Right.
All right. So you kind of like get his arms up and you get the chain shirt off of him. That's all you're taking?
Yeah. He had no gold on him, right?
No.
All right. Does he have any kind of like letters on him?
Letters?
Yes.
Give me a perception. Or is there like an investigation check? I think there is.
No, there's not.
All right, then yeah, give me a perception check. Not that you can tell. You're pulling his shirt off with somewhat difficulty because you still are wounded. And it's at this point that, like, once you get his shirt off, that the other 3 remaining Danes have already, like, looted the others and kind of come over to you and are kind of like,
oh, that was a good fight. Too bad many of our brothers have fallen. Did that damn captain have anything on him?
So it kind of, like, distracted you and you didn't really have a chance to look thoroughly. So you think you checked. Okay. You think you checked pretty well, though. So you're just going to mention the chainmail and the sword and stuff?
Yeah, the sword. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we know Ingvar is frozen. He's having some issues with his Discord. All right, cool. So they one of the Danes actually picks up the Masterwork Greatsword. He's like,
if you're not going to have it, I'll take it.
And he picks it up. And yeah, so they looted. Give me another perception check real quick.
Okay. Natural 20.
All right. You quickly do a 360 of the whole area, making sure that there's no other enemies incoming, that there's no one hiding, stuff like this. And it's at that time that you notice the Dane that handed your axe back to you, Donar, is not present. You kind of think back and you're like, I don't remember him fighting at all. Like, he wasn't there.
Yeah.
So he's gone. You do not see him.
His tracks.
You're looking for his tracks?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me either a perception or a survival. $19. So where you saw him last was right here before the man was shot. So you kind of rush over there and you're checking. You see the footprints that is where he was. And you see the footprints of the men that... hello. Here. We're going to draw. So you see the footprints that lead up like this, of the guys that were fighting. But the pair of footprints that you deem were probably Donar's footprints lead this way, about that far, and then stop.
Okay. So there's no tracks leading anywhere else?
Nope, they get to right about there, and then stop.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go over there and... I guess... Fuck. Where did he go? I'm gonna... okay, so seeing that they stopped right here, there's nothing else, I'm gonna go to the men and see if they saw what happened to him.
Alright, they're kind of bandaging themselves up, sitting down, counting their coin that they've looted. There's probably more than 3 of them at this point. There was 3 that were ready to fight. There was more on the boat that weren't able to help you in the fight because the fight happened so quickly. So at this point, the rest of the men are like hopping off the boat and they're like, holy shit, like, good job, guys. And they're all kind of grouping up. They're unloading the ship at this point, where you go over to the 3 that you were specifically fighting with, and you bring up the individual. What would you like to say to them? What are you asking?
I'm basically asking, in a way, reminding them that Donar was with us, then as soon as the fight started, it looked like he retreated.
Donar? Who is Donar? And they kind of look, do you know Donar? I don't know Donar.
He was the man who had found my axe. He was standing on the beach with my axe.
All I remember is we landed, I was unloading, and then we got shot at. I don't know what you were doing or who you were talking to, but I've never met a Donar.
Hey! And he calls over to the headmaster of the boat, who was one of the people that weren't able to fight because they weren't ready. You know of a donor? And the headmaster kind of laughs. He's like, ha ha ha! You're funny, man. You're funny. What do you mean, donor? Donor! This man's looking for donor! Why is he looking for Thor? And you're like, what? And he's like, what do you mean Thor? And he's like, it's another name for Thor, silly. What? We just saw Thor. That's his anvil that was making all the thunder.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of like grab my axe and look at it for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Thor, huh? Okay. And I'm just gonna continue on like nothing happened, and I'm gonna keep casually looking over my axe like, okay.
So yeah, so you kind of finish helping the people unload the boat. There is still no sign of Oba's boat, though. He was supposed to have landed here with you, and there's no sign of him.
And we didn't. I saw him when we were on the land, but I didn't see him when we got closer.
Yeah, so you guys were coming out of the storm, and you saw his boat. You didn't see the other boat, and then at that point, it was like, shit, my axe. You kind of lost focus, and then people were like, "Oh, land!" and orders were being barked, and you were landing, and then you landed and got attacked, and now you're like, "Where's Oba? Like, he should be here. Where's his boat?" You don't see it out in the ocean, and this was the landing site that you were supposed to land at. So he's
all right, so I'm just gonna go up to the headmaster and, sir, where is Oba? He was supposed to be here with us, and I don't see him anywhere.
At this point, the headmaster kind of like realizes like, oh shit, you're right, because he's been so focused on the fight and landing the ship and taking care of his own men that he kind of like turns around and he's looking out over the ocean. He's like, Odin guide us. I don't know. I saw him when we came out from the storm, and now he's not there. I don't. Shit, what are we supposed to do?
We can't stay here forever waiting for him. We need to continue on with the plan. Meet with who we were going to meet.
You're right. Of course. All right. And it's at this point that he then turns and he's starting to bark out orders to some of his crewmen and some of the other men. He's telling him to, at this point, it's starting to also get kind of dark. So he's saying, he's barking out, "We'll set up camp here tonight. We will wait for Uba to see if he arrives. If not, we carry out the plan. Set up camp." And he's... his voice gets fucked up from doing that voice.
Yeah, I know. That's why I can't do it right now. My voice already hurts, and I can't do the growly voice right now.
So he calls out the orders. He then turns to you and the three that... fought so you and the three of you, and like a couple other men. He's you come here. Listen, I have a very bad feeling about what happened to Uba. He should have been here. Something had to have stopped him. I need you guys to go and find him. I don't fucking know. I don't know what. We need his men. We need him. He is our leader. So we're going to set up camp, heal your wounds, and then at nightfall, go out and see if you can find him. Maybe he landed somewhere else. Do what you can. Bring back word in the morning, and then we'll fucking make a decision then. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir. Proceeding, sir.
The other Danes kind of like look at you like, this guy's too eager. Fucking gung-ho airman.
Gung-ho airman.
So you have, like I said, it's starting to get dark, but it's not too dark yet. If you were to go rest right now, you would be able to get a full rest in,
Okay.
and be waking up probably about 2 or 3 in the morning, so it would still be dark. But you would have to go to bed right now. Which essentially he's saying like
Yeah.
you can go to bed right now. Don't help with camp. Rest, heal, take care of your shit, and then go out and find Uba.
Yeah, that's 100% what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna go rest right now. Also, look at your chat.
I know. Holy beards, Batman. And to answer you, Smura, it's Uba Ragnarsson. It's one of Ragnar Lothbrok's sons. One of his kids. Uba.
So yeah, I'm definitely going to rest though because this 3 health ain't gonna do shit for anyone.
Yeah. So you go, you grab your satchel out of the boat. In there you would have a bedroll, and just some basic, tent provisions. You set up just kind of you just make a comfy spot to lay down, and you pass out. You've been up for, like I said, over 24 hours. You're still kind of soaked to the bone with cold salt water, and now blood. But you sit down, you bandage the wound that's across your stomach. Actually, give me a medicine check real quick.
You mean heal check?
Or a heal. Is it a heal check? I thought there was a medicine one.
Oh, it's just unless it's in knowledge. No, it's heal.
It's a heal?
Medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah, medicine I think is 5e.
Okay, give me a heal check then. Yeah. 6.
Oh.
You're having trouble bandaging yourself. There are others that might have experience in this. You could ask them. They might be able to help you.
Are there any shield maidens?
There are no shield maidens with you.
Damn it! Alright, I'll go get bandaged by one of the men.
However, there are the 3 that you fought with that have already bandaged themselves. They seem to be pretty veteran in this. They've been on raids. They've healed many wounds that they've sustained. And you not even really needing to ask. You kind of come over and you're about to ask, and they're like, I got you, brother. You fought well. And they start bandaging you. Yeah, you're good. They managed to stop the bleeding. And you're able to go to sleep. Otherwise, you would have woken up with still some hit points lost.
Oh,
but
thankfully.
You get a rough night of sleep, but it's a night of sleep. Much needed.
Yes.
Are you wanting to change your clothes out at all? Because you're still wet.
So,
you're still soaked, yeah. Are you just going to go to sleep, or?
No, I'm going to take off my armor and kind of place it by the fire.
All right.
To warm it up.
So at this point, there are a couple fires that are being made. You set your tent or your bedroll up to one of them, and you lay down. You lay your clothes out to dry, and you sleep. You get sleep. You then wake up to one of the guys that was helping you in the fight. He wakes you up and he's like, "Come now, brother. It is time." It's pitch black out. It's extremely dark.
All right, and I'm going to go ahead and guess I don't have dark vision.
You do not. So, I thought this was going to go a little bit different, so I don't actually have a map prepared for this. So we're just going to kind of retcon this one. So
wait, how did I already go sideways?
It didn't really go sideways. I just expected you to go a little bit different of a direction. But it's fine. So you and the few men that were selected venture out into the night. Give me. Well, first, tell me what you guys are planning, because they're at this point just kind of like discussing after they left the camp, so they don't wake up the other members. They're starting to discuss amongst each other as you're heading out to the forest. Like, should we walk along the coast and see if we see his ship? Should we? What should we do? Like discussing. They're discussing with each other what they should do.
Right.
What are you feeling? Would you voice an opinion?
So, yeah, when I had seen the other boat, was it on our right or on our left?
It was on your right.
It was on our right?
And it
All
was
right.
a bit of a ways back, but it was there. You saw it briefly.
Okay. Listen, I think we need to go to the right. We stay along the shore. That is where the boat will be. If there is no boat on the shore, then they have been lost at sea.
Okay, yes, it's a reasonable conclusion. All right. You seem to have a head on your shoulders. Do you care to lead?
Of course. Just follow me. And keep your eyes open.
Mysteries.
Alright. And then I'm just gonna go moving along the beach.
All right. So you start exploring along the beach. Give me 3 survival checks and any other checks that you think you might want to do. I don't want to tell you what to do.
I'm gonna do my 3 survivals right now.
Okay.
And I'm also gonna do a perception because I'm constantly gonna be looking up towards the cliff and out towards the ocean.
Okay.
Would it be 3 checks for that too?
1 is fine.
Okay.
The survival checks are more to make sure you don't get lost,
Right.
or maintain your current trajectory.
Also, let me just make sure I get this in.
Yeah. Any checks that you think you might need. There you go. That's the one I was wanting.
Yeah, I figured.
All right. So you start your trek off, and you also you just instantly jump into the leadership role. You tell them what you're going to be planning. You tell them to kind of fan out. You say move quietly, and they do. They follow your orders. The one that was kind of talking to you asks your name, and I'm Ingvar, and you're almost surprised at the authority in your voice. You're still yet a young child, but you've adapted this new adventure and new lifestyle almost overnight. And you lead them on into the night. The first check, you succeed, obviously, pretty high check. You manage to stay on the coast, and you move pretty swiftly. You don't get held up by rocks or foliage. You don't slip and fall or anything like that, because it is, again, it's pitch black. It's nighttime. It's pretty dark.
Right.
And you make some good headway, but still, even with a 20 perception, you don't see anything. About halfway through or midway through your journey, you actually stumble down a cliff. You misstep and you take Jesus, I'm sorry, 4 points of damage. That was a max on a D4.
Gotcha. Thank you.
So you're walking along the cliff and you stumble and you kind of roll down, landing on the beach somewhat into the water, which could have been worse because you could have landed on rocks or something. But you twist your ankle. You're like, oh, fuck. And one of the men kind of runs to the edge of the cliff. You okay? Ingvar!
Yeah. I'm good. Watch your step. That's a slippery cliff.
He kind of like whispers, watch your step. Slippery. Slippery when wet.
Slippery when wet, brother.
But you pick yourself back up, shake out, the dirt that you just picked up on your tumble. And you, on the last little leg of your journey, manage to, not as swiftly or skillfully as the beginning, your bones are starting to ache a little bit. You must have been walking now for hours. You don't know how far from the camp you've gone. And again, with a 20 perception, you don't see the boat. However, off in the distance, you do see this.
Okay.
And it is on the coast.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm looking through like my actual knowledge. I'm like, which city is this?
You can give me
Yeah, hang on.
a history, or is there a like a location knowledge?
Knowledge geography
Knowledge geography. Give me a
or
knowledge
knowledge history or local knowledge local.
Give me a knowledge local at disadvantage though, because this is your first time in England. So anything you would know. So 6. You don't know where this is. You don't.
Yep.
You're not even really sure where you landed. You know you're on. From this mile mark, hundreds of miles to this mile mark, somewhere in there on the coast, but you're not sure.
Okay. I'm gonna ask everyone else. Listen, you guys are the veterans. Have you seen this city before?
They catch up to you at this point because you were kind of leading the group. They're squinting because it's still pretty dark. It's probably
Right.
another 2 or 3 hours before the sun comes up. So they're trying to look through the dark. That is no city. It's a ruin or an old fort or something. That's
Damn it! I need to zoom in. That isn't a city. Hang on. There we go. I was so zoomed out that it looked like a full city. I zoom in. I'm like, those are rocks.
But no, they say it's not anything that they would recognize. It's some ruin.
All right.
Because I mean, one thing, not that you would know this, your character, but you,
Right.
England was very populated by the Romans, and there was a lot of Roman ruins. So this could possibly be one of those ruins.
Well, we haven't found his ship yet, but this might be a good place for us to rest for a minute, gather ourselves before we continue.
Hi. Yes, that's good. All right. Continue on. Spread out. Stealthily.
Roll me another stealth. How close are you wanting to just go right up to this dungeon? What are you wanting, or not dungeon? Ruin.
Oh, it's a dungeon, huh?
Dungeon!
No, I'm wanting to keep probably about 200 to 300 meter from the closest beast.
Okay. From like the closest entrance, you mean?
Right.
Okay. Oof. All right. So the 4 of you, because there was the 3 guys that you fought with, and then you.
Right. Right.
2 of them stealthed just as good as you. The other guy is tripping in the dark. He's wearing chainmail, so it's a shink, stepping on twigs, tripping and falling. But nothing seems to happen as you're approaching. He's just being really fucking loud. Give me a perception and tell me, mark on this castle where you're wanting to come from. I would say either mark here, come on, here, or here.
Well, I'd want to be continuing on the beach, so it'd definitely be over in this direction.
Okay.
That's a 6.
So you're drawing closer to the castle. At this point, you can tell it was a fortress. Definitely not a city. The walls, however, are aged from years and years and years of wind and rain just pelting away at it. And no upkeep. No one has been keeping this castle or fortress.
Okay.
You're now basically up to the walls, the outside of the walls. Portions of them are crumbled and destroyed. You could either try to climb in and over, or you could continue along the beach, just kind of keep following the wall.
I think I'm just going to continue along the beach.
All right. Give me Are you having all of them follow you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have them all follow me again.
All right, so give another stealth and another perception. Oh, damn.
It's a nat 1 perception.
Damn, bro. All right, this time the guy that was kind of stumbling around manages to get his shit together a little bit more. One of them, you completely forget he's there. You got a natural 20.
Nice.
He just vanishes. You feel like you're pretty stealthy as well. And you move along the beach. 1 second. I need to get the next page for you. All right, so you're in the leftmost corner. Oh God. Like I said, the beach eventually becomes cobble, and the cobble begins to elevate.
Okay.
You can imagine that maybe at one point this was a wall that surrounded the entire thing, even up to the beach. But as the tide comes in, it probably destroyed it and has fallen down to create somewhat of a ramp.
Okay.
So you are right there. What would you care to do? And also, just so you know, stream, he can only see this little bit right here. All this is blackened out for him. Here, I'll show you what he can see, just for future tenses.
I can see like
this is all
right
that he can
here.
see. Yep, I can make it so I can see what you can see. This is all he can see currently. It's that little bit right there. I fucking love dynamic lighting, bro.
Okay, so I can see right here. Is that a cliff?
Roll a perception for me.
Oh no.
You can't tell, it's too far.
Well, then I'm gonna move towards it.
All right. How are you moving? Stealthily or not stealthily?
Stealthily.
All right. So in this instance with dynamic lighting, move 1 square at a time as you want to move, because this is all real time. So just keep that in mind, because the dynamic lighting moves when you move. So yeah, so you begin moving and you notice, yes, it is probably about a 50-foot drop off.
Sweet. Sounds good. In that case, I'm gonna turn around and we're gonna leave.
You're just giving up?
Does anyone have any rope?
One of them does, yes.
Fuck. Alright. Let me say no. How long is your rope?
It's about 20, 30 feet worth of rope.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Was that an English accent you just had?
Sorry. About 20 to 30 feet worth of rope.
Wait, he's a 20 to 30?
20 to 30, yeah.
And it's about a 60-foot drop off?
50. 50-foot drop off. Drop off.
Alright, I'm just gonna step a little closer to see if I can see anything more. I can't!
Give me another perception real quick. Oh my god, dude. You're making this so hard.
Wait, I see this. We will just go in the water and we will swim around.
Okay. So since I don't want to reload this map because it'll fuck my computer, we'll say you back down the beach. You go into the water. Give me a swim check. And keep in mind, if your armor gives a disadvantage to that.
Yeah, it automatically applies it.
All right. 14. Yeah, you manage. It's not that deep. It's pretty shallow. You can kind of tiptoe, but occasionally there's a wave that you kind of have to swim over. But you do manage to get down to there. Let me roll for these guys. Lucky. Some of these guys were wearing really heavy armor, so they might not have made it. All right, so yeah, you managed to go back down to the beach. You wade into the water, and just the subtle of the beach, the waves crashing over the sand. You swim out, and you swim around this rock formation.
I'd like to search this boat.
All right, give me a perception real quick. It's a boat. That's all you need.
No oars or anything around here?
I mean, yeah, there's probably 2 oars inside.
No, I'm just trying to
Literally,
decide something
you've
real
rolled
quick.
how many 8s on perception? 3 8s on perception.
Yeah.
It's so
It went
bad.
from 6 to 888. Okay, so there's 2 oars in this boat. Do I want... I know you want me to go in this place. As a player character, I know you want me to go in this place. But as a dickhead, I'm just like...
As a
in the boat
dickhead,
and
okay.
start paddling away.
Where are you gonna go?
Keep going along the shoreline to find... Ooh, man.
Do what you want, man. Whatever you think.
This boat probably has holes in it because I'm stupid and just can't see it. So I'm just going to continue down this way stealthily.
All right, roll a stealth. Oh dear. All right.
Come on, guys! We're going to go this way now!
What the fuck?
I'm going to act like I didn't see that.
Oh my gosh.
That dynamic lighting really pointed something out for me.
Did you move too close to a wall?
No, I got to right here, and the dynamic lighting pointed out to right here.
Oh, that's weird. Well,
Yeah,
well,
so,
that's what I was going to say is at this point, you're probably getting close enough. Up here, do you see this little light right here?
Yeah.
You see torchlight emanating from somewhere over here.
Hugging the wall.
That's why it lit up over there, is because you stepped out and you saw across.
Gotcha. Okay.
However, this is raised over here, so.
Right. How high up? About 60 again, or about 50 again?
That part right there is about more like 40.
All right. Are there any things along right? Sorry, I'm just gonna do this.
You can just paint too if you need to.
Around right here that I could use to climb up onto this.
Some skillful climbing, yeah, probably, because this is probably about 10, 15 feet up, and then this is the 40. So you'd need to like climb up this wall, not with an 11. You don't even get up on the first part. You try to jump up and grab onto the ledge to lift yourself onto these little like wall portions, and you just slide right back down.
Well, guys, do you guys got any kind of thinking right now of how we get up this wall now?
You've just been leading these men, and they're just following you blindly.
Which is why I'm like, guys, help!
Guys, help!
Say something.
So they see the torchlight as well. So they're whispering to you. Like,
I rolled a 3 on stealth, okay? I can't whisper right now.
it's true. Which is so funny because you succeeded on a 3.
I rolled a 2.
I know, and you succeeded.
Oh, wait, I succeeded?
Yes, on a 3. That's why I was laughing so hard. So they're whispering to you, and they're like, "There's a torch up there. If this is truly abandoned, there's no way there's a torch still burning. Someone's here. We must move quietly and silently. I don't think we can climb over this bit of the wall. It's too high. Because this portion right here is 40.
Mm-hmm.
This goes up like another 10 on top of this. So it's pretty high up. It's a pretty high wall. I mean, there's a few stone holds that you could grab, but again, not with an 11.
Yeah, I figured.
So they suggest that you just at this point they don't really have much information.
Just continue down the hall, down the path, hug the wall.
All right,
Be
let's
quiet.
go, man.
Ingvar. Silently, Ingvar.
Oh, silent. I understand.
Oh gosh.
Onward.
Oh my god. All right. So you're moving downwards. They're following you. Give me another stealth check.
Okay, because I just.
Oh god.
This dynamic lighting
Oh.
thing, it's just showing me. Huh?
Oh, it is. Wow. It's like what the fuck?
Yeah, like it's showing me to right over
Yeah,
here,
I see that. That's
right
fucking
here.
weird. It's
This one I
supposed to.
understand.
So that it's supposed to be showing you the light over there because there's a torch over there too, so it's lit up. So your
Oh, right
character
here.
is seeing, yeah. So your character is seeing that torch.
So it looks like I'm seeing
Light.
through the doorway right here, and
Yeah.
through here somehow. I don't know. I don't know if there's a doorway
Again,
there.
you
But
can't
that's what it
do
seems
the other
like.
stupid thing is you can't do dynamic lighting from like heights, which is really annoying.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's okay. You live and you learn. So you're kind of walking along. The the guard, it was posted here, rolled a natural 20 on his perception. This time he saw you. The last time he rolled a 2. That's why you succeeded on a 3. But
thank
this time it
goodness.
was a natural 20. So you're stealthing along, not really looking up at this corner here. And then you hear shuffling of feet running off this this direction.
Okay. And when I hear shuffling feet go in that direction, I'm going to continue to go this direction, away from him, to try to hopefully get out of sight by going like over here.
Alrighty. They will follow you. I'm having to control your little minions.
And I'm going to peek around this wall to see if I see anything.
Alright, roll me a perception.
18, still had
There
an
you
8 in there.
go. Finally. So you get up to the wall and peek around the corner. It is very dark, so you're having trouble seeing far. However, over here, you do see this torch, which is a bit
Right.
it's up higher, and next to it, you recognize a Saxon. He's very much a Saxon.
Okay.
A soldier standing right
Solid.
there.
Solid.
He doesn't seem to know you're there yet, but judging by the footsteps that you heard rushing off, they're probably going to find out that you're there in a minute.
Alright, so I want to order these 2 men to get on this side of the wall,
Alrighty.
and this one to just wait right here next to me.
Alright, so they kind of stealthily rush over to the other side of the wall, doing some swap maneuvers here.
And I want this guy to stand about right here, just so he can get a shot off to this area.
You want him over here?
No, I want him standing about right here,
Okay,
so that he's
gotcha.
not shooting through his... Yeah,
Gotcha, like right there.
yeah.
Okay, so you're kind of issuing these commands with hushed whispers, and you over there,
Right.
you over there, and they're getting into position. It is
Careful
now.
and shield wall.
It is now at this point that you begin to hear more footsteps. It's not just the one footsteps. You hear and like somewhat of like muffled shouts a little bit off in the distance.
Okay.
Over here and then over here and over here. You're hearing noises.
Alright, when I hear him get
Whatever
to
it is, they
about
just
right
raise
here,
they raise the alarm.
what kind of alarm do they have in 850?
It's not well. They notified like, hey, fuckers are here.
Oh,
like, They're
gotcha.
not learn.
Okay.
The guy that saw you went.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, guys. Alright. I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna wait till I hear footsteps right here.
All right. The guy that you were watching that's in the torch moves down like this way and moves out of sight. You don't see him anymore.
Okay.
Let me
And
see.
about this time, I'm going to order a shield wall, and I want him to move right here, and I will move right here.
Let's see.
And I don't want to scream, shield wall! I just want to say, hey, shield wall.
Hey, guys, shield wall.
Shield wall,
You
guys.
specifically aren't hearing footsteps here, though. And also with your
Okay.
high perception, you still don't see anything down there. It seems like everything is up here on these ledges.
Okay.
But
No.
they follow your order, and they fill in next to you, like so.
And I want him to kind of just follow behind us,
Yeah.
space 10 feet behind us every time we step up.
Alrighty. All right, so you guys form a shield wall. Still, no one has come at you, though.
Right.
It's
So
now
I want
starting to get eerily quiet.
I want to start a slow, steady advance, not breaking formation. The only time we break formation is to come through this doorway, and then we immediately form up as soon as we have space.
All right, so you guys kind of push forward and open up into here.
Correct.
And he follows 10 feet behind you. All right. Still nothing.
All right, and I'm going to keep slowly advancing until I either hear something or see something.
Alrighty. So you're going to slowly advance and then slowly
Correct.
advance. Give me another perception check real quick. Okay. Let me see. Let's see. Okay. So you then notice movement over here, right here. You can't quite tell what
Does
it
it
is.
look like it's on the same level of us or above us?
It's above you.
Okay.
So up here, you notice movement. Continuing moving
that's
forward.
above us. Hang on, I'm thinking about this. Continuing moving forward could mean that they could rain down arrows upon us, but the only other way is to climb up. So, yeah, we're gonna keep advancing forward 5 feet at a time.
All right. 5 feet. Let me know when you want to stop and do another check. 5 feet. I'm going to move you over
I'll do
because
a
there's
check
rocks.
I'll do a check every 10 feet.
All right, so that's about 10 feet right there.
That's a natural one. Let's keep her going.
Dude. Jeez, you don't see shit. You see nothing.
All right, that's another 10 feet then.
All right, so you move up to, I would say, probably about here. And we'll move you back over because I'm trying to avoid the rock formations. You know, you guys are kind of moving around shit. That, I'm going to have you roll for initiative.
I knew it was coming, I just didn't know when.
All right. However, this is a surprise round because 2 arrows shoot down from both your left and the right from higher up, from a higher angle. I'm pretty sure you can see one of the archers.
Right, yeah, I can see both.
So the one archer, you do spot. Both of them miss. Wow. They rolled really low. So you spot them the second they fire. So one is right here. I'll put him in the torch so you can see him, and then the other one's right over there. So 2 arrows stick into your shield. Remember, to get the +2 bonus to your AC, you must spend your action.
Right.
And in that action, you're not able to move because it's like... So you guys were progressing forward. So once you got shot, you could stop and do your shield wall, and you'll get your +2 if you spend your action, but you can't move.
Right.
So it makes you very hard to kill, but it's more for melee. It's not so much against ranged. You can just sit there and take a shit ton of arrows without really getting hurt.
Right.
So that's the surprise round. You rolled higher initiative, so it is now your turn.
Okay.
And I will say you have command of these men, so you can tell them what to do. They will act on your turn.
All right. So I'm going to command them to take a defensive stance on the shield wall,
Okay.
protecting from the arrows, and I'm going to have my archer take a shot at their archer right here.
All right. He's probably going to have to move a little bit to get a better shot.
Yeah.
So he's going to move
Have
over
him move
here.
up right here, so he's also using the shield, like standing behind us.
Okay. Yeah, he could probably hit from there. So
Okay.
he'll move up. Your guys, are they going to move at all?
No, we are going to stay in this. Well, so I guess the most that they would do is kind of like tilt their shields off to this one direction
Yeah.
to get both sides kind of more blocked off.
Yeah.
So we're kind of doing like a little half
Circle.
circle kind of shield wall.
Okay. All right. So I'll say that you step forward somewhat a little bit. I'll say that you're still getting the bonus of the shield wall, but he's kind of in the middle.
Right.
Are you guys spending your action to defend then?
Yes.
All right. So add a +2 then to your AC.
Okay.
And your archer is going to take a shot. And he hits.
Perfect.
He does 7 damage. Very nice. So he kind of runs in and from behind you releases an arrow and hits somebody. You just hear off in the dark, oh! An arrow lands. All right.
Perfect.
It is their turn. You hear more scuffling and more movement. And you see somebody over there. I'm pretty sure that's in your field of range.
Yeah, I can see him.
You see that. And then you see this guy move out of your range. But the two archers are going to take another 2 shots at you. All right. Does a 20 hit you with your improved AC?
Yes, 20 does hit.
All right. The other one was only 15, and that does not hit your teammate.
Right. Okay.
5 damage to you.
Okay.
So you're sitting there, you're in your shield wall, but because there is only 3 of you, kind of doing that little half circle does expose some of your flanks, and an arrow hits you right in your leg. You're like, ah, oh, fuck.
Okay.
It is your turn again. That is all they did.
All right, so I'd like for my archer to go ahead and shoot at that archer again.
Okay. Miss. Roll the 2.
Okay. I'm going to ready at action. As soon as this guy gets into my range, I want to attack.
Okay.
And I'm just going to hold my action. So no to the defensive stance, because I guess, yeah, that would take away my action. So we're just going to, no defensive stance, we're just going to hold where we are.
Okay. So that'll take the +2 away from them as well.
Just so you know. So it's actually going to take the +2 away from all of us, so there's no point. Is this guy elevated?
Yes, he is on the top of a ladder currently. This is a ladder right there.
So I want him to move right there.
Right here?
I'm going to move, yes, I'm going to move right here. And this guy's going to be defenseless, but I want him to, there's a wall over here, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right, over here.
Okay.
So I want him to move where I am.
Yep, I moved him there.
I'll get right here. And for his action, I want him to move behind this guy.
Alrighty.
Just try to use the wall as our advantage against one archer at least.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
So you guys rush to the walls and hug the wall. And you break your shield wall, you rush to the walls, which is hopefully just in time as another 2 arrows rain down. So that guy completely misses. The other one rolled a natural 20, though. Because this... Well, actually, let me see if the range, actually. 5... That's like barely in his range. I'm gonna say that they're at disadvantage because it's outside of their range increment for specifically this
Okay.
guy. This guy is in range, so this guy's shot misses because it was a 4 and a 20, a 4 and a natural 20, but it's a disadvantage. So for this guy,
Also, I want to point this out because I feel like this should matter. If I can't see over to there, I don't think they should be able to see over to me.
it's true. Yeah,
'Cause we all have the same vision here.
yeah. You do all have the same vision. Yeah, he probably wouldn't. He would have disadvantage on the shot just to begin with.
Okay. As you can tell by me trying to save my ass here, I am a
Yeah.
little low on health.
Yeah, no, I mean, it does make sense that he's pretty far away. This guy for sure could see you, though, and like this guy.
Yeah.
But he's having a hard time seeing. He was just kind of shooting in a general direction.
Right.
But I will now make that so it's disadvantage on all of his shots at that distance.
Okay.
The other one, though, is going to take a shot at this guy, who he can barely see, but it's enough. And he misses. So both of the arrows just tink tink against the wall. Here. This guy moves over to there.
Oof.
And that's their turn.
Okay.
You're kind of getting the vibe that they're definitely playing this more defensively. They're not
Right.
really just rushing you. Like, they have the advantage as far as their positioning, and they're trying to use it. Because they know how ruthless Danes could be, so they're just kind of like, well, we'll just use this to our advantage.
Right. There's definitely no sense in going murder hobo on this. I want to order a full retreat, full round action retreat. Everyone moving as far as they can and get the fuck out of here. Try to get to the outer walls before they can hit us again.
All right.
So it's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
All right. So your men follow you out. You rush. And as you're rushing away, a couple more arrows. Ting, ting, ting. And as well, as you're rushing out, you notice a man right here begins to rush out towards you, where he was starting to try to flank around you.
Okay.
And you just kind of foiled his flank. These two are going to go down because climbing ladder is going to slow them down. 5, 10, 15. Full movement there. Okay. It's your turn.
Alright, so noticing that the guy's rushing, I want my archer to go ahead and take a shot at him.
Alrighty. He's going to take a shot. Miss. It's a 6. So he pulls the arrow back and but just the adrenaline of, not knowing what's around you, being chased, and then this man coming out from around the corner, he shoots wide.
Right. I'm going to continue to order the retreat. 5, 10, 15.
Now keep in mind, your archer now can't
Well,
do
hang on.
full movement because he shot.
Right. So let's see, 5, 10. How much movement does he have? I have 30.
Let me open that up real quick. I think it's only 20. 30 feet, actually. It's 30 feet.
Okay, so 10, 15, 20. Okay, so I'm going to move to right here. I want my men to line up right here as well.
Are you shield walling?
And right here, yes. I'm going to do a shield wall. Just kind of like a arrowhead shield wall.
He's actually going to be able to get past you right there.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted them to get
All right.
behind us while we shield wall to protect
And
him.
you're actioning shield wall?
Yes.
All right. So you now have a +2 to your AC. 5. And that's action. 10, 20. 5, 15, 20. 15, 20. Saxons are slow.
I'm okay with that. I won't complain.
15, 20. He's going to hold right there because it's a 1-on-4 currently.
Right.
And he's just going to chill there.
Okay.
He's kind of not really wanting to push a shield wall on his own.
I don't blame him.
He's kind of more forcing your hand to kind of pull back. Like he's kind of making sure you don't come back, Again, playing
Right.
very defensively. Your turn.
All right. Once again, I'm gonna order the archer to fire.
All right. He takes another shot. That one hits, finally. And he does 5 damage. So he shoots the guy. Doesn't bring him down, but definitely hurts him.
Okay. And then once again, we're gonna move 25 feet backwards. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And we're gonna make another shield wall and have him behind us again.
Alrighty. So you guys are just kind of pull back, shield, pull back, shield, and you just kind of keep retreating slowly. And he is kind of just still following you at somewhat of a safe distance, and is now that you notice that he is now backed up by 3 other men.
Okay.
Or 2 other men, I mean. So 3 in total. And then... Come on. No, that's a miss. Even if you didn't have your shield wall. Up above, an arrow comes zipping down, but it doesn't even hit your shield wall. It completely misses. He shoots way off. Your turn.
All right. So we're going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Right there. Want my archer right there. Men right alongside me.
Do you want your archer to take a shot before he moves?
I'm going to have him move back here and then fire.
All right. Who's he shooting at? Because he won't be able to hit these guys because there's a corner, so he could shoot him.
Yeah, that's what I want him to hit.
All right. So you guys yet again pull back,
holding your shield wall,
holding your shield formation. And he will go for an attack. He misses. So the angle is kind of weird for him, and he can't quite get it, and he overshoots it.
Right.
And then it's their turn. This time they're playing a little bit more bold now. They're starting to grow closer to you. Not doing a shield wall, but kind of mimicking your front line. But it takes all their movement just to get to you. So they're unable to actually engage. He's going to move over. Taking a... Oh, dropped the wrong guy. Take another shot at you. He's actually going to shoot at the archer this time.
Okay.
And he's going to hit because the archer does not get the shield wall benefit, sadly.
Right.
And he's going to do 7 damage. Has the archer gotten a hit yet?
Not yet. That would be the first hit for the archer.
Okay. Because I know one of you guys got hit. Was it just you?
Yeah.
Okay. So the archer takes 7 damage as an arrow pierces him. Your turn.
All right. So I want to order the archer. Fuck. I don't know if that's even going to be good. So I'm going to want him to swim around this again. Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Full round action.
Are you just all of you full retreating at this point?
Full retreat, yeah.
All right, give me another swim check.
When I needed you most, you failed me.
All right.
This is the Avatar all over again, but for rolling.
So the 2 soldiers, the guys with the sword and shield, they managed to actually swim across. but they're kind of focused on just kind of getting away currently, that they don't notice that you get yanked by an undertide. And you're getting pulled 5, 10, 15 feet out, and so does the archer. He failed his swim check too. So both of you are now currently under the water. You're getting pulled out. What do you do? If you're wanting to try to fight it, you can give me another swim check. Or what's the plan? Also, these guys are now on the shore.
So if the tide's pulling me out, I'm gonna swim not against the tide or with the tide, but like straight
Sideways.
along the tide. Yeah.
All right, so it'd be kind of like you could either go this way or this
Oh, I'm
way.
going this
Away.
way. You can bet your ass I'm going this way.
All right, he's gonna follow your lead. So roll. Give me another swim check. Oh no! So you succeed.
Oh
You
no.
you have swimming in
Swam.
in
Swam.
oceans,
swimmed.
and you've dealt with tides before, so your survival instinct instantly kicks in. You know what to do, and you swim to the side, and you actually manage to get out of the current. You come up for air, and you're swimming, and like arrows, like next to you. At this point, you're kind of too far out into the dark. They can't really see you, so they're just kind of like firing arrows. Not really getting too close, but it's still like, oh shit, like hopefully one doesn't hit me. But you turn
Right.
back and you don't see the archer with you.
All right.
Nope, he's gone. I gave him one last swim check, and he is gone.
Yeah. If I don't see him, I'm gonna keep moving.
All right. You guys managed to swim away. It doesn't seem that the Saxons have jumped into the water to chase after you, and you narrowly escape with your lives from the strange stronghold, which had a lot of troops in it.
Yeah.
Not fully understanding why, but you escape. You come gasping up for air on the other side of the beach. Still in danger. They could rush out the other side, but safe for now. What do you do?
I'm going to let them know. We have to get back to camp. We have to let them know what's happening here. We can't let them get the upper hand on the entire camp.
Understood. And these guys also kind of coughing up salt water. They start booking it. They're not trying to be stealthy anymore. We're
Yeah,
full
no more stealth.
full speed running back to camp.
Yes.
Give me 2 survival check, or actually just 1 because the sun is starting to come up.
Oh, okay.
So we'll
just a
take the
10.
10. The 10 is a success, barely.
Figured. Good, barely at least.
However, one of the guys does stumble and fall behind. Are you going to stop and help him? Or are you just going to keep running?
I'm stopping and helping.
All right. So you see him trip, kind of similar to what you did, except this is in the daylight now at this point. The sun is just starting to peek over the mountains. And he trips and he sprains his ankle, like bad. He hurts himself. And he gets up, but he falls back down again. He's, fuck. Go on without me. We need to get this message to them. I'll hide. They won't find us.
I'm going to order the other guy to get under his left arm. I'm going to get under his right arm. We're going to lift him and we're going to run together.
All right. Give me a strength check. Okay. You rolled high enough to make up for the other guy's lack of strength.
Thank goodness. Okay.
So ignoring his pleas for you to just leave him, you scoop him up. You tell the other guy, he scoops him up. The other guy, though, seems kind of exhausted from the swim. He's wearing heavy armor, so it was probably pretty taxing on him. But you're pretty spry. You're a spry young kid, so you manage to haul this guy. You don't lose too much speed. You take a quick glance back, and it doesn't seem that they're chasing you. And give me 1 more survival just to make sure you can get back to camp without losing your way. Okay. I mean, it's pretty simple. You just stick along the coastline, head back the opposite direction, basically. And before too long, you find yourself back on the coast that you landed on. And there, a camp has been set up. There's like spiked things kind of set up along this right here. They kind of have spikes sticking up to stop maybe a cavalry charge or something like that.
Right.
There's still only the one boat. Uba's boat is not there. The headmaster is kind of ordering people around, and you guys are spotted, and you are welcomed back into the camp. And the headmaster pulls you over to the side. When do you have to go? Because you said you have to go soon.
In like 20 minutes.
In 20 minutes. Okay. So he pulls you over. They have somewhat of like makeshift shelters set up, like tents and such. He pulls you into basically the center tent, which is the biggest one. And report. What happened?
We stumbled upon a Saxon fortress. We went to go in there, but they were too much for us. There's too many guards. They've got to be guarding something in there. There has to be treasure.
How many men? Did you count?
Six from what I saw. But I heard many more.
This is very... How close? How close was this?
It's
half a night's journey.
Yeah, like 5 hours away, roughly. So not too far. And it was slower because it was nighttime. In the daytime, you probably cut that down to about 3, and you were running.
Right.
So,
Did you see any boats? Did you see Uba's boat?
I didn't see any of our boats. If Uba landed, he didn't land that way.
You said they were guarding something.
Yes. I wasn't able to see what it was. I wasn't able to get a layout. All I know is there was one main entrance. And there was one that we accessed through the sea.
How many men do you think it would take to take this fortress?
15 or 20. We get in there, we hit them with a shield wall, and we can move through it.
Understood.
He whistles, and a couple of his kind of like second in command come into the tent, and he relays all this information to them. They kind of go over to a corner of the tent, and they're kind of whispering amongst each other, trying to decide what they should do. Are you wanting to eavesdrop, or are you just kind of let them talk?
Yeah, I want to kind of go hide, or not hide, but like stand casually right outside the tent trying to see if I can hear anything.
So you're in the tent. They're just kind of talking like they did a little huddle. So if you want to roll like a perception, roll a perception for me. Okay.
Why do I roll when it doesn't matter?
It's so true. Because you're getting all your good rolls out, man. All your good rolls.
I know.
So you overhear them discussing whether they should assault this fortress. You hear one of them suggest that possibly they have captured Uba and they're holding Uba at this fortress, and that's why they're guarding it so heavily. You hear another one kind of saying, no way they captured Uba. That's not possible. Maybe they're guarding treasure, or maybe it's a military outpost. Like all these different speculations, they're trying to figure out what they should do. And ultimately, they do decide to listen to your advice with about 20 men. Which is not all of the camp, but most of it.
Okay.
I mean, on a ship, there was probably about anywhere from 30 to 50, depending on the size of the ship.
I actually know how many men we have, so I was like, fuck it, 20.
And I mean, you only lost like 3. I think it was like 3 or 4 in that one fight, and then you just lost the archer. So you haven't lost too many men. So they do agree that 20 men will go to the castle.
Okay.
Let me clear all my drawings here real quick. So, yeah, so they break their little huddle and they come back.
Disagreed. We'll go and visit this abandoned fortress or not so abandoned fortress and see what the Saxons are keeping in store for us. Whether it be treasure or whatever, it's obviously something that they are trying to defend.
If we were able to build some ladders first, we might be able to scale up one of the sites where they were shooting down arrows at us.
That is good information. I'll have my men ride on it.
So he kind of like nods, and one of the second in command kind of heads out, and you hear kind of him off in the distance starting to tell people what to do, and they're going to start making some ladders.
Okay.
In the time that they're wanting to go, they could probably, definitely do one ladder pretty speedily. Probably only take a couple hours to chop the wood down, tie them all together, make just kind of a makeshift ladder. But if you're wanting more, it'll probably take more time.
I want at least 2.
2 ladders. All right.
Yeah.
So it does take a bit of time.
In this time, would I be able to rest?
You could get a short rest in.
All right, and short rest. How much HP would I gain back?
You burn a hit dice.
No. Hey, all right.
Oh, you're fucking full
take
healed.
that. Yeah. When it mattered most. All right. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of wait for them now. Wait for Headmaster to let me know that he's ready to move, and yeah.
All right, so you kind of sit down. You bandage up a couple of things. Give me another heal check actually as well.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Yeah. No, you've. I'm pretty sure 12 fully healed you, didn't it?
Oh yeah, 12 is almost my max health.
Yeah. So, yeah, you kind of paid attention to when they were healing you up, and you easily heal yourself.
Okay.
You managed to get a couple minutes of respite before you hear the horn kind of announcing that they will be moving out.
Okay.
They are going to kind of follow your lead because you know where it is. So give me another survival check to see if you can recall how to get back to the fortress. Okay. Yeah. It wasn't too difficult. It's full daylight now at this point.
Right.
And you find yourself back on a familiar view of the castle off in the distance.
Yes, this hellhole.
How do you proceed? You're not really leading the party as far as like commanding them. You're just leading them there. Once you
All right.
are like, okay, once you give your report, they'll take the lead.
I suggest we wait till night. Night is when most of their men would be asleep. That at least gives us a little bit of an advantage, and we can hide in the shadows.
Understood. All right. Set up camp. I want night guards.
And then he's starting to set stuff up. God damn it. I'm like adjusting stuff as you're talking.
You're all good.
Alrighty there. There we go. All right. Okay. So you guys set up kind of temporary camp. It is now nighttime.
All right. Now, just
How-
real quick,
Yeah.
because I knew about the hole between the 2 bridges. Would the ladder be long enough to cover that hole?
5, 10, 15, 20.
Because if not, I'm gonna have to use it to just
So-
scale the side.
Probably it would need to be like a 30-foot ladder to go from one side to the other side.
Okay.
And the ladders you made are about 30 feet. So it might be a
Okay.
little sketchy, but it would reach.
Okay. Because those were supposed to be able to climb the walls, and the walls are about 40 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't tell them how high it was, so they just made a
That's
30-foot
true.
ladder.
That's true.
But I mean,
Fuck
with
it.
a 30-foot, you could probably get it up and then just climb the rest of the 10-foot. Or you could just
Okay.
lay it down like a bridge and try to do it that way.
I think I want to try to go lay it down. No, I want to climb. Yeah, I want to climb.
Are you doing the beach approach again?
Yeah, I'm gonna go check the breach approach, see if it's clear, and then let the
Breach
rest
broach?
of the men. Breach approach. We're gonna do a breach approach.
All right, so you...
I want to go alone to the beach to make sure it's clear first.
Alrighty.
Or wait, no, I can have him send one of his men. Yes, I advise him to send one of the men to make sure it's clear.
All right.
Why am I putting myself in harm's way? I can just have people do it for me. What the fuck?
All right, so you tell him the way to get around the beach.
I can show you the way.
Show you the way. And he chooses one of these younger kids. He's not wearing much armor. He's going to be able to swim pretty easily.
Yeah.
And he swims off. He tells the kid to go and like see if they're on the beach waiting, and if so, come back and like report what he sees. A couple minutes pass. A couple more minutes pass. And then you hear him swimming back. He comes up, and he's like barely even out of breath. Like he seems to have been a pretty good swimmer.
Right.
And he's like, I didn't see anyone on the beach, but it's rather dark. There's a lot of walls. I can't really see much. What's the plan? And the captain looks to you. He's like, well, you're the man on the inside. Should we go?
We move in. The men in the heavy armor go slower than you normally would. Everyone go slow, though. Once we get up to the beach, we'll set up the ladders, and we will divide the force.
All right. You heard him. So let me... Once it decides to load... they begin to swim across as well. Give me a swim check. Wow.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All of them...
Odin, thank you.
Yep. All of them rolled pretty decently except for one, but he managed to save it.
Okay.
All right. Let me pull you over back to the death map.
Yep.
All right. So you guys all come up on the other side of... I know this isn't 20 men, but I don't want to move 20 men.
Oh, I don't blame you at all.
So, the rest are still swimming across, we'll say. But, so yes. And this right here is the captain. All right. And he's like, all right. Ingvar it was, right?
Yes, Ingvar.
Lead the way. Ben, follow me.
So, he kind of starts just
All right.
following after your footsteps.
All right. I need 10 of your best shield wall men.
All right.
You. And he picks these guys.
Okay. So
Do you want
you're
them in
going
a...
to follow the wall. You're going to follow the wall to your left. When you get to the entrance, you are going to wait for me to signal you. When I signal you, you will move in.
Okay. Are they forming the shield wall prior?
So they're going to start to form like around right here.
Okay.
And then just slowly move in.
All right.
Because we had the scout come up, so I don't know how far he came up. But yeah.
All right. So
I'm not going with the shield wall.
they're going to start moving up. And they're moving up. How far are they going? You wanted them like right there?
So I want 10 men with me, the 10 men. So I'll basically move myself to show you where they're going to go.
Okay. That's fine.
They're going to go to this area.
Where you guys set up the shield wall the first time?
Correct. I'm going to have them set up the shield wall again right here. Or, well, they're going to wait along this spot right here. Oh.
What's up?
I can't move my character.
Well, since you have to go,
Yeah, I do have to go anyways. And
I will.
Cliffhanger.
I will. Well, I'm going to leave it on a bigger cliffhanger for you. So, your men and the captain's men continue to move through the ruins, and tensions are high. You're looking in every corner, shield wall, like slowly, inch by inch, moving forward. You get to where you were ambushed last time. Still no ambush. Still nothing. No noise. No sounds. You send one person to climb the ladder. He calls the all clear. Other people climb the ladder. You're kind of approaching from different directions because, again, this is 20 men. So you're kind of shield walding and slowly moving towards the center of this castle. And it gets to the point where there's no one. This castle has been abandoned. They had enough time to leave because of the ladders that were built, and you waited until nighttime, that they picked up camp and they left. Give me a quick perception check. Do you have just a dice on you? If you can't open the app, I can roll it for you.
I think I just got it open, so one second. Let me open up my
Because
character
basically
sheet.
I'm just saving time. Otherwise you would have literally been moving men through an empty fortress.
I was just gonna have like 10 men shield wall, 10 men climb up ladder, everyone move in. But fuck, alright.
No, you would have moved in and attacked and would not have found anyone. Yeah. So you go around. You don't find any signs of when they left, where they went. And with a 6, it doesn't even seem like there was people here. You don't even notice people. The captain obviously believes you because you guys came back all bloodied, and there was the 3 other people. One of them is dead. So, like, they stood up for you, too, and they're like, no, like, there was people here. We weren't making this up. And it's during this conversation that you hear one of your men off in the dark go, "Captain, over here!" And the kind of lot of you, the 20 of you, are filed over to kind of the back corner, which is right up against the water. But it was elevated. It was on walls. There are cages and empty shackles.
Okay. Definitely had prisoners.
Give me another perception check real quick. Alrighty. You are looking through the cages. You're trying to find any sign of who the prisoners were, again, where they went. And it's at this point that the sun is, you've now been in this fortress for a couple hours. The sun is starting to come up. You look out at the sun rising over the horizon, and you see Olba's ship is crashed on a rock and upturned.
No, great.
You don't see anyone moving on board. It's pretty close. It's not too far, but it's crashed on a rock. But you see his ship.
Shit. Alright, Obo was taken.
So you point it out to the captain. You're like, fuck, Olba's ship. And the captain just goes pale. He's just like, God fucking damn it. He kind of has a similar reaction to you. And all the men now are like lining up on the wall, and they're all just kind of like, fuck, we're looking at Olba's ship right now. He was in this prison cage. That's why they were guarding it. They were here. And now they're not. And that's where we'll pick up next session. Yeah, so there was a lot of ways that you could have discovered this castle.
Oh yeah, I figured. I just didn't have faith in any of my rolls at that point.
I know, you were rolling so bad. That was
Once I got
that
to the
entire
castle, all my
time. I
rolls
was
went
like,
downhill,
dude,
and I'm just like,
he's going to find out that they're there eventually. He's going to find out. 8, 8, 6, 8, 8.
yeah.
Like, oh my god, dude.
When I saw 3 8s in a row, I'm like, there's something here. I know it. There's no way I know it as character, so I'm just gonna push on. Then we got attacked. I'm like, I'm gonna push back.
Yeah, so they were holding Olba there and his men.
Great.
And that's where we'll pick up next Saturday at 5 p.m.